Welcome and happy that you are all here for the Alpha Pro Series Xmas Showdown. I am your caster Snoopy, and joined by my side is my caster for today, co-caster for today. It is Steadfast.
How's it going, Snoopy? Thank you for having me on here. We've got ourselves a heck of a day coming up, don't we?
Oh yeah, for sure. I am pretty excited as we have a really stacked group as well as a stacked tournament. But anyhow, let's go ahead and probably get started with the first matchup. It will be Solar versus Amasa here.
That is going to be a really good one, I think. Masa just getting back from Cheesadelphia. I think he's going to be a little bit disappointed with his result. It wasn't a bad result, but he does hold himself to a pretty high standard. Let's just take a look at how he did in that tournament. Did get a chance to watch any of those games?
Yep, a lot of Alpha X players did manage to have some nice results. So both Australia and Masa finished at third and fourth in Cheesadelphia. So that was a pretty nice showing.
Yeah, no, it was a very, very good showing. Particularly Estrella really impressed me. And the only reason I'm not disparaging, I want to make it clear, I'm not disparaging Masa's achievements. Fourth place is very good. But for someone like Masa, he's going to be disappointed if he goes to a North American event and he doesn't bring home gold. Even with someone like Neeb, even with someone like Euthermal there, he's looking to win the whole thing. So while he got that fourth place finish, he's definitely looking for the win there. As for Estrella, in my opinion, I think Estrella may have possibly passed Masa in terms of overall skill, but he is still definitely on the rise, still looking for that big land result. So a top three there, especially considering it was Nebu Thermal as 1-2, you got to be really happy with that. And he was a hair away from going to the grand finals as well.
Oh yeah, I mean Masa's he did win actually Cheesadelphia one of the previous years, so he's probably looking to redeem himself. But hopefully next year when Cheesadelphia does come back. But anyhow, we are here for the Xmas Showdown. If you guys don't know, let's go ahead and actually go to the Wikipedia page here to kind of break down the format of this tournament. So this will be a GSL style tournament. So we will be starting at the group stages and for our top 16 players. And then, of course, it's a little bit different as we go to our round of 8. It's not going to be a bracket style. It's actually going to be a second group stage. And then the top 4 of group stage 2 will head into the playoffs and play a semifinals, a best of 5 semifinals. And then the 2 who wins that will move on to the finals, in which they will play a best of 7 finals.
Best of 5 semis, best of 5 quarters. I like it a lot.
Yeah, best of 5 semis.
Best of 5 semis.
Yeah, and then
sorry, double group stage. Yeah.
Yep.
My apologies. So that is good. There's just going to be some great games coming out of here, and with 2 sets of group stages, you can't be too worried about someone getting bad bracket luck, running into the eventual winner and getting knocked out. You're going to have a chance to at least go into a loser's match and potentially win through the decider from there. So I do like that format.
Yep, and also the prize pool breakdown. Of course, thanks to Africa TV as well for putting up the bulk of the prize pool, a 1,500 total prize pool for this tournament. And of course, as you can see, the 7th and 8th place will go home with $75, as well as the 5th and 6th. And then once we get into the 3rd and 4th, they will go home with $150. And then the 2nd place will go home with a nice $300, and then of course 1st place will go home with a $600 prize pool. And then on top of that, if that isn't enough, we also partnered with OSC, to give them some points as well. So 9 to 12 place will go home with 10 OSC points. 7th to 8th will go home with 30. 5th to 6th will go home with 60 OSC points. And then once we get into the 3rd and 4th, they will go home with 100. And second will go home with 175. And then, of course, first place will go home with a nice 250 OSC points.
That's pretty cool. OSC has been supporting StarCraft for a very long time. A lot of cool tournaments. They kind of get underrepresented, I think. But they do a lot of cool stuff, and it's definitely worth checking out some of the content. So, and they're constantly running tournaments that seed towards those. I would be really curious as to what the point totals are right now. We don't have to get into it, but I feel like there's probably a few players that have like thousands and thousands of points.
Yeah, I'm not sure at this moment. Or actually, I'm not actually sure of what stage OSC is right now, but I'm sure, you know, once they get to the new year, they'll have a more kind of solid standing to give us. And yeah, looks like we're gonna be heading into Group A for today. It will be Solar, Special, Patience, and Masa. So a really nice solid group there. And then of course Group B will have TY, Sue, Scarlet, and Puck. Although Puck is a little bit questionable. He might be actually switched out with somebody else. But for now, we have Puck on there. And then we have down here in Group C, we have Zest, Dream, True, and Australia. And then we have, of course, Group D. To round it off, it is Innovation, Impact, Nice, and Future.
Taking a quick look at these groups. First of all, what is your prediction for who makes it out of these groups? And then, cursory, who do you think wins the tournament? Just a quick guess.
Oh, that is going to be really tough because a lot of these players have some really nice chances because, I mean, there's a lot of strong players. But Group A, I would say, let's see. I mean, Special has a pretty solid year, so I say possibly Special. And then I'm going to say, unfortunately, because, I mean, I love my guy Masa because, you know, fellow Alpha X player, but I say on paper, it might be Solar or Patience getting that second place out of the group. How about you? What do you think? What are your predictions for Group A here?
I do think Solar is going to advance in the group. I would be very surprised if he doesn't. But I think the place that he comes could depend a little bit on how that first... Well, actually, no. I'm pretty confident that Solar is going to come out first in the group. I just... his ZBT is so scary right now. And Masa has some very good TBZ, but Solar gets to play against the Korean ladder all the time, and there are some monster Terrans on there.
Oh, yeah.
And then Special's TBZ has always felt a little bit shaky compared to when he goes up against the Koreans relative to something like his TVP. So that being said, I think I see Solar Special, Solar first, Special second. But Patience can always bring out those weird builds, and especially I think he'll have something prepared for the decider match. I think he'll have some really funky PvT builds ready to go for that fifth and final match. Because I'm thinking he looks at this group and he says, okay, chances are I'm going to the decider match. I'm probably not going to beat Solar, but he may even have some builds prepared for that. But he may just hold stuff back versus Special for that first game, and then look to bust out anything weird in the decider match.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's actually two Terrans here, so matchups are going to be pretty important in terms of what their best matchups are, where their weakest matchups.
Yeah, exactly. And so if Patience is the Korean player that I know he is, which is to say most Koreans are very heavy on the preparation, I'm thinking he was probably watching Masa's TVPs yesterday, especially the ones versus Estrella, and he's probably licking his lips with some kind of crazy build that he's come up with where he's going to exploit something Masa does, some kind of tendency that he's got, and just look for a look to steal a game. But that being said, my heart as a fellow Canadian and a good friend of Maru, I'm hoping he 4-0s the group. I would love to see that.
Well, it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. All right, let's go ahead into Group B here, actually. Ty, Sue, Scarlet, and Puck. That is one stack group there. I mean, possibly might be the group of death, although there are some other strong groups. Who do you got coming out of the group here?
Oh, this is a tough one. I got to take a look at the first matchups because I think that will play a big factor. Okay, Scarlet versus TY. Scarlet is always a bit of an enigma because whether she is one of the best players in the world or one of the most lackluster foreigners is completely dependent on, the astrological charts, what she had for breakfast that morning. Like, it is such a crapshoot trying to figure out what kind of Scarlet you'll get. If we see that world-class Scarlet, she could definitely take that match. But seeing how she's been playing the last few months, maybe in the last almost 6 months to a year, more often than not, it's been that, not disappointment, but to the fans, like we're hoping for more. And TY is that world-class player almost every time he steps into the match. And TY is the kind of player who a lot of these patch notes will really favor, especially in TVZ. I expect to see him really figure out late game Terran versus Zerg and really take it to a strong point. So I'm thinking he's going to be actually, yeah, looking at this group, I think there's no way he doesn't go out first in the group unless Scarlet can really, really show her quality. That being said, second place, I'm thinking Sue. Puck right now is a little bit he's a little bit doubting himself in the PvZ matchup, even with the buffs that the rebalancing and some of the late game nerfs that Zerg received. He still seems uncomfortable in the matchup at the highest level, and I think Sue's going to be really strong there, and then it's going to probably come down to Sue versus Scarlet ZVZ. And realistically, that could kind of go either way.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're going to be seeing Sue and Scarlet probably in the decider match, and I think I give a slight edge to Sue. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty hotly contested group for sure. Puck, I would love to see him do well. This is kind of his own personal group of death. Although he has had some success against Scarlet recently. So it realistically, I think besides that first place spot that I really favor TY for, I think second place is potentially very up for grabs. What are your thoughts? What do you think about this group?
I'm gonna say Ty and Sue is gonna make it out of the group. Not sure which order. Although I would say Scarlet might be a dark horse. And then of course, again, like I said earlier, Puck may or may not be substituted. So whoever comes in and substitute could, definitely impact the whole group. But I think just right now, on face value, on paper, I would say Sue and Ty would be my top two pick to come out of that group.
That makes sense. I think that's the safe bet looking at that group.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning coming first, I should say?
That is going to be tough. I think I feel like TY is having a bit of a better year than Sue. I think Sue, I mean, it's funny enough because I would say this is not Sue's best year. He's kind of having a little bit of down year, but despite that, he's actually had like 6,200 in WCS points. So even on a down year, like Sue is hella good. But I would say TY probably first because I think Sue has recently had a bit of trouble against Terran. But yeah, I think either way, I think both of them will have a good showing.
Yeah, I think so. And it is definitely, Sue has been struggling for sure, but this is actually in its own way, it's been his breakout year because he finally got that monkey off his back and finally was able to win a tournament.
Oh yeah,
finally did it after so many second places. Silver medal Sue, like finally he was able to make it happen. And it was an emotional moment. It was a fantastic moment for him. And it was a really cathartic moment, I think, for StarCraft to as a whole, for him to finally get that.
Yeah, I mean, Su, I mean, he's my, personally currently my favorite player. So I was really just happy that he's got that monkey off his back and was able to win his first major tournament. So yeah, definitely happy at IEM. Yeah, let's head on to Group C here. Down, we have Zest, Dream, True, and Australia. Who you got coming out of this group?
That is a good question. Just to go back to that for just a second. What a tournament to win, though.
Oh yeah,
IEM Katowice, one of the highest first place prizes in like StarCraft 2 history, and he ends up winning it as his first win. That is just a really good time to turn it on, you know?
Oh yeah.
But taking a look at the third group here. So, oh man, for such a long time, Dream had the greatest Terran versus Zerg in the world for like a year almost, maybe even a year and a half, like 2015, 2016. He was so freaking good. Like the only player that could beat Life. He was the only one who could do it TVZ with Bio. He was just so good. But he retired and he's come back and he's still good, but he doesn't quite have that magic yet. He hasn't recaptured that kind of crazy tenacity, that fiery like inevitability we saw from him before. But still, he's a very good player. True, a very kind of cheeky player, not necessarily the. We haven't really seen him in the limelight in a while. He was very good when North America was allowing Korean players to stay and live and compete here. But since then, he hasn't really had much success. I don't think, not in a really meaningful way. Looking at this group, I would say Zest is probably the strongest player in it. But that being said, Estrella, we were talking about him earlier, third place at Cheesadelphia. He is looking better and better in every tournament I see him in. And I think it's kind of rough because this is the only group with 3 Koreans and he's kind of tossed to the wolves. But I don't know if he's necessarily it might be a I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me situation. I could see a world where Estrella not just makes it out of this group, but I could see a world where he actually comes first. And it's not just one scenario. Like I could see him beating Dream straight up in a PVT, or PVT. And then honestly, regardless of who comes out between Zest and True, I could definitely see him beating True. And Zest, PvP is a weird matchup, and Estrella is very, very good if he can get just into his comfort zone. But that being said, it is Zest. And so I still have to give him first place in the group.
Yeah.
As for second, yeah, I'm going Estrella. I'm going Estrella second place.
All right, sweet.
What are your thoughts on this one?
Let's see here. I say probably Zest and this is gonna be tough. Zest and I'm just gonna go with my homeboy Australia.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I
2
like it.
Protoss out of the group.
All right.
Here at Group D, let's go ahead and make our predictions here. Innovation, Impact, Nice, and Future.
So for this one, this is my balls to the wall prediction for the tournament. I made a bold one in that last group saying Estrella second place. This is the one where I'm voting with my heart and I'm saying it. I say Future comes out first in that group. I say Future, he pulls a fast one on Impact, but the problem here is Impact is so good in online tournaments. But Future is very, very good too. But Future is the kind of player where if he can get some momentum, he can make absolute miracles happen. And innovation, impact, nice. They're all amazing, amazing players. You need a miracle to beat them. But I genuinely think Future has the ability, whether he has the mental fortitude to be able to rally up. I don't know about that. But he definitely could. There is definitely that outside shot. So my heart says Future won. But there's no way innovation doesn't make it out of this group.
Oh yeah, I agree.
That's the other thing I say. Yeah.
I think
Sorry, go on.
He's probably the favorite to come out of the group.
Absolutely, 100%. Do you want to say your introductions, and then we have a little update as well, actually, to Group A.
Yes, actually, why don't you go ahead and just let our viewers know what's up here.
So unfortunately, not sure what the situation is, but Masa was not able to make it to the group. So we're actually going to have, thank you to him, by the way, for stepping up so immediately. We're going to have Vindicta stepping in to take his place. So it will be another Terran player, another Alpha X Terran player, in fact. And we're just about getting into the lobby right now. Just yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Masa and Vindicta, very different styles of play, but they're still NA Terrans. I don't know what else to say there.
Well, I think Masa. I mean, if Masa was going to be replaced by someone, I think Vindicta not too bad of a choice. I mean, they're both great players, both great Terrans.
Yeah, I would agree. Very, very strong Terran players. Vindicta likes nukes a little bit more. Masa a little bit more cheeky with proxies and different kinds of builds, and really plays the head game at an extremely high level. But we are going to be getting into the game very, very shortly here. It is going to be Solar versus Vindicta coming up on Triton. First map of this amazing tournament. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. So we have spawning up in the top left position of the map, representing Clan Alpha X, Team Alpha X. It is the blue Terran player, Vindicta. And I'm talking about proxies, he's doing something already. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, here at the bottom right, we have our red Zerg player from TS Gaming. He is Solar.
Yes, he is. And this is crazy from Vindicta. Vindicta already showing that he is not afraid to bust out a little bit of that cheekiness, a little bit of the cheesiness. Solar, look at this. He sends his Overlord in a scout path that is looking for these barracks, but he's not going to find them. Vindicta's sending them way too far south, and Solar's not going to be able to identify that. Now, we do see Vindicta starting a gas behind this. So it's just going to be those two Raxes. I think he's going to make a few Marines try and deny that natural, and that's all there is to it.
Unfortunately for Solar, his second Overlord does go to the north side. Oh, actually, he does switch. Okay, he does switch to the natural, but unfortunately, it doesn't go too far to the left, so he won't see this in time. But he will at least see the SCV probably throwing down a bunker, so that shall at least alert him that there is something up, and it will be up to him to decide whether he wants to pull some drones or just sack the natural.
Yeah, this is really, really nice positioning from Solar, because he has covered a lot of vision, a lot of potential proxies, and he's still being safe about this. Now there is, he immediately sees those double SCVs and he pulls the Overlord back. He's going to be able to get that to the high ground and immediately pulls one drone, and he's going to start going to work on this SCV. And there's no way this gets up. Look at this pull from Solar. Pulls so many drones, pulling, what is that, 13 drones?
Yeah, something
that is an insane amount. And that will deny that first thing. That is a little bit awkward, though. He did lose a lot of mining time, and it will be a Reaper following up here. So this could get a little bit tricky still. SCVs, though, Zerglings will go after that second FCV. Oh my god, this round! Not gonna quite get it. Actually, nice micro from Vindicta, able to gun his way out of that surround. Oh my god, 2 Marines, 1 hit left each, and they both stay alive. But he's gonna be getting a little bit too far forward, and he will lose these Marines. Oh, that was a little bit greedy, especially with the Reaper coming out. That would have helped so much more. And Solar has effectively held this.
Oh yeah, that was big and huge of him to actually get the cancel on the bunker, killing the 2 SCVs. And this little cheese is not gonna work out, at least in the early stages. I mean, looking at the workers, it is pretty even. Although I think Vindicta has the second base thrown down, but this Reaper threat is still ongoing. So Solar needs to still defend with these queens.
The big advantage for Solar right now, and what makes this such a successful hold for him, is the potential of explosive economic growth. So we see he didn't have to do anything crazy like saving transfuses. He was able to really get his queen production and larva production going. So we see an explosive number of drones. He's already up 6 workers. He's going to be going up even more. Oh wow, Vindicta actually losing a Reaper as he jumps into the main. That is very, very painful.
Yeah, it doesn't look like things are working too well for him in this early stages, and Solar will comfortably take a third, knowing that he has defended rather easily.
Yes, he will, and he's gonna get a fantastic scout here too. Gonna see the tech lab being built by that factory, and even he's gonna see the reactor started up, and he should be able to figure out that this is gonna either be Banshees or a well, actually, hang on, there's a third Rax being thrown down. Did he? Yeah, he saw that. So this is actually looking like a 2-base all-in follow-up. Is this going to be a Raven from Vindicta? No, it's a Banshee with Cloak.
Banshee with Cloak. And I think this is going to be a little bit of a mind game, because he does know that Solar does see his little tech lab jiggling and researching something. So I think he won't be committed to the Cloak. And I think he's just going to make 1 or 2 Banshees without the Cloak. But in the meantime, looks like there's a few Zerglings, Speedlings, will deny the natural. So this is kind of really hurting Vindicta in the economy side.
So I love this decision making from Solar. He sees that his opponent did not go into any Hellions. He's just skipping Hellion production. And Solar's like, okay, good luck taking a natural if I make some Lings. So he just makes a few Lings, not a huge commitment, not an all-in, but just enough that it's going to force that to lift, and it's going to have to lift for a long time. Even with his Banshee here, it's not like he can clear stuff up. Oh no, freshly dropped mules immediately getting gunned down. And he only gets a couple Lings in with those Marines from the high ground. That was fantastic for Solar, and he is cruising in this game.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at the supply, about 20 supply up over Vindicta, as well as massively 15 workers ahead. So that is pretty tough for Vindicta. He's gonna have to make use of that Banshee and get something done to get at least back into the game.
Yeah, and I don't really see a way that he is going to do this. He's going for a 2-base all-in. He will have +1 attack on these 5 Raxes, but we saw for quite a bit of time right there, he was supply blocked. So he almost missed a full round of production. Throws down the emergency depot, and he has another one finishing up, so he shouldn't be supply blocked for... Actually, no, he might get resupply blocked again if he doesn't have another one finishing up shortly. This is really unfortunate for Vindicta. He is looking to be not just in a desperate scenario, but in a like an extreme desperation scenario. Yeah, does pick off a creep tumor on the left side of that 3rd base, which is nice with that Banshee. But he's going to have to get so much done with not just these double medevacs, but with this 2-base all-in that he is going for.
Yeah, unfortunately for Vindicta, the Lings does have the watchtower, so we'll see the 2 medevacs. So he should be at least be prepared, as you see 9 roaches on the production, more overlords, and those 2 upgrades, the +1 range and armor, will be done, halfway done. It should be in time at least for the big push.
Yeah, I think definitely this push. First tank is, oh man, because of that supply block, he should have 2 tanks right now, but he only has 1. And as a result, yeah, he didn't really feel like he... Oh, no, and the Lings go for the tank! Oh my god, literally one hit from death. 3 HP. Wow, that was a very, 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 very close situation. But that being said, looking at the supply, we see Solar up 2.5 times army supply. And as you said, that 1-1 is finishing up well in time for this push. He may even start up 2-2.
Yeah, it looks like actually Vindicta has abandoned the plan and went straight into the dirt base. He's going to actually try to macro this, which is really, really, I don't know. I mean, he went with the 5 racks. That would usually mean that you go for a 2-base timing, but I think he has a sense that it's not going to really work with the amount of roaches. And so he's going to go ahead and try to macro this up. Although he is about, I mean, Solar is like twice the amount of supply, overall supply right now, which is insane.
Yeah, there's I have no idea what Vindicta can possibly do to come back in this game. He does have drops going off in a couple places, which is nice. But the problem with going up against Roach Ravager is it's not like a one lucky Widow Mine shot can connect with, you know, like 20 Banes and make a push that's otherwise doomed to failure work. You just don't have... If he has more, he just has more, and it's just too much for you to deal with. And so you got to respect the decision making with Solar to go for this Roach Ravager. It's very intelligent, and it really shuts the door on any potential comeback for Vindicta.
Yeah, I mean, Vindicta's doing nicely, making the double prong harass work. I mean, he did get the snipe on the 4th. He did get some few couple of drones. I think he got like 13 drones overall. But I mean, look at the... I mean, he's even with the amount of workers that was lost, Solar is still way ahead in the workers, and he's still macking up like a beast. And he is max, right, guys? He is ready to push and probably end the game with this because he is way ahead in army supply. And here we go.
He does walk into some tanks and misfires the Biles with his army kind of spread out. So he felt like he couldn't push in there. But even with that kind of awkward, clunky engage he just took, he's still going to be able to... I really feel like he's going to be able to deny this 3rd base. I don't see any way that Vindicta can hold on. The tanks, 2 of them are a little bit too far back to even cover the base. And yeah, he's just going to harass this and prevent it from landing for a long time.
Yeah, Vindicta's main army is kind of filled with just mass Marines, which is not the best against Ravagers. I mean, if these were all Marauders, then, you know, he could possibly defend against this. But I mean, look at this. Look, Solar. I love this. He's actually setting up a nice little flank. Oh, this is
gonna be amazing if this works. And I think it will. There's not a lot of bio. A double medevac drop was sent out, and the Biles are gonna come down. This is it. A massive collapse from Solar, and I think this is gonna be game for sure. Biles come down on the tanks. 1 too few to kill a Liberator and a tank there. So Vindicta will barely hold. And there is a double medevac drop that I talked about earlier. It's actually going to potentially kill the 4th of Solar.
Yeah.
So hold the phone.
Ooh, and he does snipe it. So really nice snipe there. I mean, but still, Solar's going to just retake that. Let's see how much damage Vindicta could get done. More damage that he can get done.
He just denied the infestation pit. That was pretty nice. That delays, that's going to delay Hive by him another 30-40 seconds before he has to deal with any of those super brutal Broodlords or Vipers or Ultras. But we did also just see 2-2 finish, and no armory has even been started for Vindicta. He is still so far behind, and he is in a much better position than he was 2 minutes ago, but he is still so far behind.
Yeah.
That being said, the path to victory exists now. It does exist more so than it did in like I said, about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely making things happen, and you know what? If he can kind of at least prolong the game, Solar will be pretty much on Roach Tech, which is, you know, not what you want in the mid to late game as a Zerg. So I mean, Vindicta, I mean, if he can keep up this multi-prong harass, he might possibly actually climb back into the game.
We did see a nice little bit of target fire from Solar, targeted down the weak medevac in the main. So it meant that a couple of the units could not get away, but he did, Vindicta did pick off that queen. He's getting a few more drones at this base, and he's doing a good job of keeping Solar back. And finally starts up that armory and second engineering base, so we will be able to get a 2-2, well, he'll be able to start his 2-2. If he goes for a 2-2 timing now, it's going to be the latest 2-2 timing we've ever seen. But it will exist. It may still... Actually, you know what? A 3-3 may be on the way before 2-2 starts up. Oh, this would be really awkward if that were the case. Potentially an MVP versus MKP situation. Nice dodge on the left side of those vials. But he's keeping these medevacs alive. Really nice.
Yeah, and look at it. All of a sudden, the worker count has pretty much evened up. I mean, upgrade-wise, Solar's still pretty ahead, but I mean, Vindicta, he is making this multi-prong harass work. I mean, he's kind of exposing or showing off his strong suit, which is his multitasking. Vindicta is really good at that, and now he is pretty much in a lot better situation and possibly can turn this game around.
Yeah, no, the fact that he's still in this game at this point and he's very nearly maxed out is amazing. Now, Solar does have a massive bank. He does have 2-3 attack on the way, or sorry, +2 attack, +3 carapace on the way. Adrenal glands, chitinous plating just started up. He got a couple of vipers. Sorry, just one viper, actually. So he's still in a lead. But once again, compare this to even 5 minutes ago. This is a big counterattack on the top side, though. This is going to get so many SCVs. This base has 28 SCVs there and nothing to do with Banelings. Oh my god, we're about to see a carnage massacre. 30 SCVs, 33, 34 SCVs go down. And on the other side of the map, Vindicta setting up for a big push, though.
Ooh, barely dodged the corrosive bile, but there is actually another harass at the main base of the Zerg, but does get cleaned up. But this force at the fourth base of Solar is the main army of Vindicta. All the tanks are gone. Oh wait, actually no, 2 tanks. No, actually the couple of tanks are behind, back in the back. So Vindicta with a nice position.
This is a pretty nice setup. He does have to watch out. There is a potential for a blinding cloud that could possibly hit. Ooh, nice corrosive biles taking down that Liberator. There is the potential. Okay, he does resplit some of his tanks, but he could have potentially gotten a blinding cloud that would have hit 3 of them. And there we go. We see Solar committing in now. Where's those blinding clouds going to land? Only gets 1 tank, 2 tanks with those. And Vindicta actually has a pretty deep tank line behind this, but there is so much Surge, and there's just no way. GG is called, and Solar takes game 1.
Ah, man, good try there by Vindicta, but Solar just had too much of a lead from the early game, and it was just too much for Vindicta to overcome, and Solar will take the first game of this best-of-3 series.
Yeah, that was I was impressed by both players there, to be honest. Solar, though, it felt a little bit weird, his decision making to go for so many Roach Ravager and then really like he did go for that attack on the third that denied it for a little bit of time, got some decent damage done, but he didn't do anything after that. And that was a little bit surprising, to be honest. I was expecting a little bit more.
Yeah, I think Solar, he kind of like just played too passively, too defensively. Was just worried too much about the drops, and I think he could have just like left some units at home and then like get the bulk of his army and just outright win. But you know what? Gotta give credit to Vindicta. He held that big attack, that big Roach attack with the flank, and managed to at least try to make a game out of it. So props to him.
Seriously, no, he definitely did make a game out of it. Unexpectedly, for sure, and very impressively. That being said, I don't think if the situation, well, it was Vindicta forcing that. That's the important thing to take away from that. He was forcing that with those drops, but it was also Solar letting it happen just a little bit. Just a little bit by not doing what you're talking about and leaving just a few units at home. to deal with those drops, and then going forward from there.
Yep, and now we are in game 2, heading into game 2 on the map of Ephemeron. And here we go.
Oh my god. We have spawning down in the bottom right position, representing Team Alpha X. It is going for it again, Vindicta. And he's going to be going for a proxy once again.
Let's see
what
if he has...
a madman.
Yeah, I mean, if at first you don't succeed, I guess his logic is try again. But we will be seeing if it will be turned out to be the same game, Deja Vu, or it will be a different game. It's going to be up to this guy in the top left corner of the map. He is the blue Zerg from TS Gaming. It is Solar.
And I can tell you already that it is actually going to be a different game. A third SCV was pulled by Vindicta, so it won't just be a 2 racks into some Reapers. This is going to be a 3 racks heavily committed TVZ push. He's not going to get gases, at least not for a while, and potentially he'll be pulling a fair number more SCVs. He is definitely going to be looking to, if not outright end the game, definitely wants to get the kill on that Nat Hatchery.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a Maru game or something. It's 3 racks, so this is pretty much committed. And let's see if this Overlord...
Oh my god, he had it! He had it rallied far forward enough, and then he moved it back. He moved it back early.
Oh my god. That was so close.
That was actually so brutal. If he loses this game, he is going to be kicking himself so hard because he literally had to do nothing, and he would have scouted it.
And this is...
He will still scout it very early with this Overlord, though.
Yeah.
And we are going to be seeing another big pull from Solar with those drones.
But this time around, it's going to be much more Marines.
Yes, there will. I was just going to say, one of the Marines did not actually get pulled forward there. And nice save by Vindicta, keeping the 1 SCV alive. Already picking off a drone here. Might get another one. Yeah, he does. And this SCV, it's in a sweet spot. This bunker may just get up.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't actually target fire on the SCV, so that bunker kept making and kept building.
Oh, what are we seeing right now from Solar? Pulls so many drones past. And he's going to be looking to cut off production. But I think this is an awful decision. He has no Zerglings with this, and he's going to be trying to get 3 Marines. Already losing a lot of additional drones. Oh, no, this Queen going into the bunker here. Will it go down? Yes, it will. Nice target fire by Vindicta. The bunker of the natural will go down, but those Zerglings... I don't know. And the SCV pull. I think Vindicta may be doing it this game.
Yeah, he's like pulling the boys. SCV all in time. YOLOing it, and he does.
And GG is called. He takes one back. Solar. Oh man, I think he overestimated or underestimated what was happening from his opponent. He thought this was a 2 racks, and so he thought he'd be able to pull that number of drones past, and he would be able to do it. But he expected to see 2 Marines. Instead, there was 3, and then the rallying reinforcements behind that, another 3, and he just had nothing. Oh my goodness. And I'm just looking at this game again. That SCV got into the most perfect position it could have, and it stayed there for about 7-8 seconds.
Yeah,
just inexplicably. So maybe a little bit of RNG to take that game down, but it seems the gods of StarCraft wanted him to win that game.
Yeah, really great move there by Vindicta. Managed to pull off that little proxy, and it is. We're heading into our ace match. I am, you know what? These 2 games have been kind of little, I guess, off the chain in terms of the early game with Vindicta going for those proxies. I mean, do you think he's going to actually pull a 3rd proxy this upcoming game?
Oh man, that would be the play, wouldn't it? If I were him, I think I would play standard, but move 1 SCV forward so that his opponent pulls just a crap ton of drones, and then back at home, like it's, you know, like the most standard play, or even something weird like a super fast reactor Hellion. But man, that was surprising. Very, very well done. And we have spawning up in the top left position of Nightshade. It is representing Alpha X, bringing things back with a dirty proxy 3 racks. Give it up for Vindicta.
And spawning at the bottom right, looking to close out the series with a win, is the blue Zerg player. It is Solar.
I am really curious as to if he will make any adjustments. Already we see Vindicta. He is not going to be going for any proxies here. He's just going to be playing, for the first time, a more standard game. And I'm happy about that, to be honest. What do you know about Nightshade TVZ? Have you had a chance to see any games on this map? What are your thoughts on the map?
Yeah, I feel like I mean there are actually a couple of optional dirt base. You could get the one that is kind of like at the I guess like 11 o'clock or the 5 o'clock position, or you get the one next to the natural. But of course that does have a kind of a weird engagement path.
Oh my god, it's Vindicta doing it? Sorry, I just want to draw attention. I think he is faking the SCV. Now, are we going to see reaction from Solar? We see one drone. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off there, but this is...
Oh, snap. He is metagaming.
Is he pulling SC drones? He pulls a few.
Oh, not as much.
Cancel comes down. Oh, but this worked. Solar pulled... He didn't pull like 12 drones. He didn't pull like a crazy amount. But that is so smart from Vindicta. So smart. And specifically the angle he picked. Absolute genius level play. 4,000 IQ.
Yeah, I love that because, you know, the past 2 games he's been proxying. He's kind of faking it. Kind of pressuring Solar to kind of do a mistake and pull a bunch of drones. Luckily for Solar, he did only see one SCV. He didn't see 2 SCV, so that kind of hinted him at that's not really a true proxy. So he only pulled a few drones. So really nice play from both players, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. It was good from both, and like you said, the decision to not pull additional drones was a good one. Behind this, we do see it is going to be a reactor on the barracks and a factory coming down after the... it's actually 2 Reapers he built here. Very interesting from Vindicta. And following this up is a very greedy, very fast 3rd command center. I love this.
All right, let's see how much these Reaper can get done. Although, I think Solar is pretty solid in terms of his setup here. He does have 6 slings with a queen. Oh, actually he's gonna commit to going in.
Okay, I was gonna say if he jumps straight into the main, that actually could be not bad. But since he like kind of went right into the other units, that was less than ideal. But he does get out with both of them still alive. That's okay. However, he's lost a lot of valuable time where those units are going to be useful. And we'll see very shortly, metabolic boost is going to be done. Zergling speed will finish up. We see second gas finally coming down for Vindicta as well as that starport. He really took advantage of his opponent in this game and went for that super greedy play. Will Solar figure it out? If he clicks on the gas, he can find out that that was just taken. For now, though, a little bit of a Hellion and Reaper harass on the other side of the map. One Reaper will get picked off before it can scout in the main. A little bit unfortunate right there for Vindicta.
Yeah, just gotta be careful because Solar does have the speed. He is actually gonna play Ling Bailing.
So Solar might be a little bit confused right now. He has seen not a whole lot. He saw a late starport. He saw no 3rd command center. He could be thinking there's something weird going on. Ooh, nice creep tumor snipe by Vindicta. Very good. Taking advantage of the fact that you can no longer cancel creep tumors. We see Solar snapping the neck of that Reaper, but losing a couple lings in exchange. So just a pretty even trade, but still nice move by Vindicta to get that creep tumor. And we will see it's going to be Bio following this up from Vindicta, and he's thrown down those double NG bays before his opponent starts up his double evolution chamber. Ooh, nice target fire from Solar, takes down one of those Hellions. To speak to what you were talking about before, so this base, kind of pocket natural beside the natural, or pocket fourth base, I guess, beside the natural of Solar. It's very, very important that you take down those rocks as soon as possible when facing against tank pushes, because if you don't, it is so difficult to defend against that. And then your other option is taking a base that is extremely far away from your other bases. And there's a tank position even there from the high ground that can be really tough to deal with. So I really would like to see Solar take down those rocks. And there we go. He does finally start doing that. But nice zoning from Vindicta. He recognizes that defending these rocks it's the equivalent of defending a watchtower at this point. It's very valuable. Ooh, nice target fire on those creep tumors again. Very, very good.
Yeah, I like how Vindicta's really active with these Hellions out on the map, killing troop tumors and also getting any additional scraggling lings out in the map. And like you said, tank pushes on this map is really, really good, and that's exactly what Vindicta is going for. He's got some tanks being on production. He's adding some additional racks for those Marines. So I expect him to do a tank Marine timing probably as soon as his upgrades are done.
Yeah, with 1-1 and combat shields, he will be doing that. Probably going to be double tank and 16 to 20 Marines with 1-1. Just as he starts up his +2. Ooh, nice. Look at this. Goes for the Banelings. Recognizes that those Hellions are not going to live, and he goes after those valuable Banelings. But that being said, really nice by Solar to jump on top of that and taking down these rocks. However, a very, very important mistake from Solar. He did not start up +1 melee. He has +1 Carapace, almost 2/3, 3/4 of the way done, and +1 melee should be done around the same time, which would put the upgrade timing lead for Vindicta at a very small one. However, because of that lack of +1 melee, this is going to be a massive advantage for Solar, or for Vindicta in these fights. And ooh, nice target fire coming down from Vindicta on those Banes, getting a few of those.
Oh!
Solar does immediately re-engage, though. Nice decision from him, jumping on top of his opponent. And we see Solar recognize just before +1 Carapace finishes up that +1 melee was not started. And we see him only going on 4 gases right now, so he's going to be getting a very quick hive behind this, and just focusing on a lot of ground units to try and hold on. Just pure laying Bane, pretty much. Taking a 5th gas he is now.
All right, the Banelings
It's a really strong way to play. Sorry, go on.
The Banelings are loaded into this little drop-a-lord, and I think he's going to actually go ahead and do a attack at the front to kind of distract Vindicta while dropping, and this is going to be really, really painful unless Vindicta responds quickly right now. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh,
he gets away just in time, but loses 3 SCVs. That's actually not that bad, and nice. That actually wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah.
And he's going to take out this Dropper Lord. Value for value. That was better for Vindicta for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if it was me, I would have.
He may lose these medevacs to these queens on the other side of the map.
Oh,
1 hit away. Wow.
That medevac does go home to live to tell the tale to his little buddies.
And there is going to be a really scary timing where Vindicta has 2-2, and Solar only has, I think +1 melee will finish up before the +2/+2 of the Terran player, but this is going to be a really rough timing. This is a really nice bit of creep spread, and Solar's using that to set up a massive flank here. 1 Ling does come in from the top, and it is going to see a bit of the layout here. Vindicta has a very deep tank line, though, but it's only 4 tanks. And 2-2 is not yet done. If Solar had about 10 seconds where he could have engaged before 2-2 was done. But 2-2 is finishing up very shortly. Actually, he may be hitting that window. Oh, man. Massive attack from all sides, crushing the forces of Vindicta. And we do see some splits coming in from the backside. That really nice. But this is just so much Zerg right now. And Solar crushes the push despite being down upgrades. Beautiful, beautiful surround and collapsing fight from him.
Yeah, I
And
guess.
Vindicta made it. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say Vindicta had a really scary push, and Solar just made it look trivial, absolutely weak.
Yeah,
Really, really, really nicely done from Solar.
Yeah, I think that little massive flank really decreased the amount of splash damage by those tanks, and I mean, yeah, that was just a beautiful, beautiful flank. And Solar able to move on to the winners versus winners match, but it's not over yet for Vindicta. He will be going down to the losers versus losers match in order to at least have a chance to make it to the ace match, where he can at least have some life to make it to the next round.
Yeah, he had some nice moves in that game, but Solar was just he really showed his quality there. And I still can't believe that he was able to get so much of that fight before 2-2 was actually finished. That was incredibly I don't want to say lucky, but like I'm sure he clicked on those Marines, but he did not know how close they were to being finished, those upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
And congratulations to Solar. He is going to be waiting, as you said, on the winner of Special and Patience. And I'm really looking forward to that match.
Yeah. Oh, looks like we're heading to the Korean server here for our next match. So let's go ahead and go to the Korean server. All right. Let's see here.
Switching it up here.
Yep. And before we start our next match, as everybody get into the lobby and get all the setup ready, I would like to give ahead and give a shout out to one of our sponsors, to Salad Chef. They have a program or app that you can download actually, where you can actually make use of your idle time. So you know how you leave your computer on idle, whether you're sleeping or whether you're out. Sometimes you leave your computer on without doing on idle without it doing anything. Well, now you can actually leave it on idle and make money with the Salad Chef app. So basically, you just open the Salad Chef app while you are idle, let your GPU run in the background, and it will actually earn you some money that you can actually trade in for rewards such as Steam credit, for Amazon gift cards, for Netflix and Hulu gift cards, all sorts of loots and prizes and rewards. So yeah, go ahead and check them out at solid.io. Check them out, see if you want to download the app and yeah, make some money on your own.
Cool stuff. Definitely nice to be able to make a little bit of cash on the side. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, and the best part is you don't actually have to do anything. You just stay idle.
Yeah.
All
it's
right.
free real estate.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get our next match underway. It's gonna be Special and Patience.
Exciting stuff. Look at we got some pretty star-studded names in this chat here. Oh, actually, the only one that I recognize is Cure, but ooh, look at that. He's on a named account and he's rank 5 GM. Damn.
Oh, sweet.
That's such a flex. When you play on a named account on Korea, that is a massive flex.
Oh yeah, that's like saying like, you know what? I don't need to play on the barcode. That you could study me, you can know my play style. Yeah, I'm still gonna own and be a top GM.
Yeah, absolutely. It's some solid stuff for sure. Especially when you look at the rest of KR ladder and you realize like it's just polluted with barcodes.
Yeah.
Like of the top 50, there are 10 that are not barcodes. It's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
And it makes sense, to be honest. Ooh, I spy with my little eye a Huck account in GM of Korea. I wonder if that's real Huck. That's interesting.
If that is if that is the real Huck, I would say I like to just shout him out to say it was pretty awesome for him to put up the or separate prize pool for Home Story Cup. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was actually amazing. And not a small prize either, like a very substantial prize.
Yeah.
And the way that it worked too, the fact that it went to both players for the game made it even better.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise it would have gone to the winner of that game, and that you can have a fantastic game and both players are fantastic in it, but if only one of these players gets that, it feels bad for the other one. But since it ended up being a draw, oh, that was nice. That was really nice.
Yeah, for sure. It's awesome to see, Huck, one of the OG StarCraft players, still supporting StarCraft, even though he's not playing it full time, or at least professionally.
Yeah, 100%. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Looks like just figuring out. Obviously, we have to have some translators in here, so they're just helping coordinate the players, as it were.
All right. Looks like actually we have another. Wow, this Group A is having a lot of different twists and turns. Apparently, we're gonna have a little bit of a different match here. It's not gonna be Special and Patience. It's actually gonna be SOS and Cure.
Really?
All right. So let me go ahead and update the scoreboard here to show their name.
Okay. Very, very interesting stuff.
Okay, so basically, okay, so what has been explained to me at least is that we had some no-show, or at least Patient no-showed. So, and then also Special didn't want to play the replacement. So, guess we're gonna substitute them in SOS versus Kier here.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, no comment there. And we'll get ready for some very high level StarCraft between Cure and SOS.
Yeah, so we're gonna have ourselves a PBT here.
Yeah, Cure has been I just mentioned it. He's top 5 KR ladder. He is on a named account. He is so freaking good. So freaking good. He's my pick to win the group. Yep.
I would say so. Yeah, Kier is possibly most likely a favorite to come out of the group here.
Can we just real quick rename this group? From instead of Group A, I would like to rename it Neo Group S, if that's okay. just a shout out to one of the most underrated, neatest maps of all time, I think, Neo Planet S. It's like a map we've never seen again. You know?
Yeah. Man,
like the idea of having a gold base and having it actually be extremely exposed. There haven't really been that many. Well, actually, we haven't seen many gold bases in general for a while. I think it's been at least 2, maybe 3 ladder seasons since we've had them in the pool. And even then, they're usually like the only one I think that was actually genuinely exposed was the one where there was destructible rocks, or I think there was destructible rocks right behind it, but like basically, or sorry, no, the minerals counted as the blockers. Yeah. So basically there was like a watchtower, and then it gave vision of both gold bases, and both of them could be hit by any ranged unit from just behind that watchtower.
Ah.
Do you know the map I'm talking about?
Not 100% sure, but
Yeah, it was a really neat map. But it always ended with stupidly early cheeses because you could take your natural as this gold base, and you basically just needed to defend those mineral patches.
ah.
It was a really weird one. I'm gonna see if I can look it up.
All right.
Hang on. Let's ladder maps. BattleNet Legacy of the Void map. Oh, that's current. I don't want current. Okay, when would that have been? That would have been probably 2018, maybe early. Catalyst? No, that doesn't sound right. Blackpink? No, that was it was before Blackpink. Was it Acolyte? No, Acolyte. Oh, Acolyte was that massive map. Oh, that was where you turtled to carriers every game. Coda? No, that was very, very beginning. Dasan Station? Now there was a bad map. Wait, that's not. Oh, no. Oh, that was actually another kind of cool map where similarly I would actually love to see some more maps like that where like it's actually worthwhile to mine out the gold minerals for certain races faster because it actually provides more attack paths. Like Zerg benefits from that directly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool to me. Not Eastwatch. Wonder if chat has it.
Hey, and if you guys know in the chat, help him out.
Yeah, help me out, serious. Neon Violet Square? I don't think it was that one either. No, oh my god, that was the weird one. Where there was like spots in the middle that you couldn't go past. Oh, I did not like that map. That map gave me nightmares. Prion terraces. Oh, that was, man, this is a real mind trip. Just going back in time and looking at all these random maps. It's kind of overlooked how much it shapes everything. Like, I really would like to see some more very big maps that have lots of chokes, you know? So like if you can get into certain positions, you know, like it becomes really strong for certain races, but the large map provides lots of rooms for maneuvering. Like there's lots of places to draw your opponent's army to force certain advantages.
Yeah. Just bring back
Sorry?
some memories with all these old maps.
So it wasn't Alrena, but it had a similar layout to Alrena. So you know how Alrena has both main bases on the far left side of the map? It was akin to that.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Wasn't Redshift, was it? Oh, it was Redshift. Okay. All right, everyone in the chat, we finally figured it out. Oh my god, Zeno said it was Redshift. Okay, so looking at the chat, you were way ahead of me. Yeah, it is Redshift. So this map was so funky. Oh man. I think there was like 2 games I saw where somebody took the top right base on that map. It never went past the early game. It would always be something, you know?
Oh, they're asking where you are in the.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then change it. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I messaged him on Discord, so it should. There we go. Perfect.
Perfect.
God, what a crazy. Captain Canuck saying, yeah, I would love to see some 4-player maps back in ladder. That would be. That would be really, really nice.
Yeah, I would like even 3-player maps. Like that would be.
Oh man, I loved merry-go-round, Icy Cup Test Bug.
Hmm.
Those were great maps. God, everything is so uniform now. I'm a little tired of it, to be honest.
I mean, there
I
are
would like
some.
to see.
I mean, there's some
Sorry, go on.
things that they added in the recent years, like kind of like inhibitor zones and all that, and like rich Vespine gas in the recent maps. But yeah, back in the day where there was like 3-player maps and 4-player maps, those were really, really nice.
Yeah, I'm yeah. Well, I'm with you. The inhibitor zones I could live without, but you know who probably could make some magic happen with inhibitor zones if you gave him the opportunity. It is spawning down in the bottom right position. Give it up for, I believe it's Jin Air SOS. I'm gonna double check that right now.
And spawning at the top right, or top left actually, is the red Terran player. He is Cure.
Representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming.
Yep.
Recently actually picked up from Jin Air Green Wings. And a very strong pickup he's been. Probably one of the... For me, I've been watching Cure Online play a lot of games for a long time, and he has been so good for so long, but he just hasn't been able to make it happen in an online or an offline tournament. But at this past Home Story Cup, he really impressed a lot of people. Really, really showed his quality. And, well, we're going to see if he can show it once more here.
Yeah, I would say this has been one of his better years, as he is slowly or rapidly improving over time, and I expect great things for him in year of 2020.
So do I. And as you said, he's been on an upward trajectory for quite some time. We do see SOS going Gate Cybercore Nexus as opposed to Gate Nexus Cybercore. So he's going to be chronoing out that Adept early on, and it's just going to be able to allow him to defend against this Reaper a little bit more effectively.
And
that was a little... Sorry?
Possibly actually also put some pressure on Kier.
Yeah, potentially. Looks like he probably won't go for that since the second unit will be a sentry. SOS did get 2 tags with that Adept right there, and as a result, this Reaper is going to have to run away for a little bit more time, and he's not going to be able to scout anything for a little bit. Okay, so we don't see the regen canceled right there. SOS had a small opportunity to maybe do that, but Cure quickly pulls that away. Back at home, looks like Cure is gearing up for a Widowmine drop here, if I had to guess.
Yep, seems so. He's got the Widowmine queued up and the Starport possibly making a medevac to drop the Widowmine. It looks like the Reaper will make it into the main base, but does not fully scout and go in. Will he scout that? Oh, he does not scout the Twilight Council there.
That was a really awkward move, actually, from Cure right there. I don't know why he did that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So he was trying to get fancy with his micro and anticipate the cancel on the Adept Shade. But while that was all happening, he was taking a bunch of tickle damage from the Sentry. He took, I think, 1 shot from the Adept. And then SOS was in a situation where it didn't matter if he canceled the Shade or not. He was going to get the kill. And as a result, you see Cure trying to get a little bit too fancy, make sure he gets out. And as a result, doesn't even get the scouting information that he wants. SOS with the hallucinated Oracle. Just freaking his opponent out there a little bit. Does get the full scout. And look at this greed. Oh my god. How many gateways does his opponent have right now? How many gateways does that?
Only 2.
He has only 2 gateways, and he's thrown down a 3rd Nexus. and he's already starting probe production at it. This is the pinnacle of greed right here. And if Cure knew this, he would not have a bunker. He would have Marines probably with this drop. He would be making a push potentially to try and deny the space. And look at the greed here. Double forge. And he didn't get charged. He got blink. This is just insanity right now from SOS. But we see nothing in the main to actually deal with this. And probes are pulled. But now they're just going to be able to... get pretty much nothing.
Yeah,
he lost 2 Widow Mines for an Adept.
That was pretty well defended there by SOS. And you know what? If you look at the big picture, I mean, he did, with the Scouting Oracle, did see a 1-1-1 build. Or wait, actually, did he see 1-1-1 build? Or
He did see the 1-1-1 build first. It was a barracks being produced behind that, but he had already started that Nexus before the scout went down. This was just pure greed from SOS, and you got to hand it to him. Economic cheese is another form of cheese, and it's one of the stronger ones because it's not as though you get the opportunity to defend it. You have to punish it, or you're just behind. Oh, and he's going to potentially blink into the main. Yes, he will with that hallucinated Phoenix. But, oh, man, if Kure had recognized it, he could have gone after those Stalkers with a bunch of Marauders and would have gotten a very, very favorable trade. Instead, I think SOS, yeah, he's going to pick off this reactor, and he should be able to get out with without taking any losses. Does take a lot of hull damage, but keeps all the units alive.
yeah, but yeah, he does get the reactor, which is going to take a while to actually rebuild. But in the meantime, we do see a little bit of a sneaky drop here at the back by Cure. We'll go into the main base undetected, and there's actually no units.
At this Artosis pylon. It's got 1-1 charge and 4 gateways at it. If Cure recognized this, he's already picking off 6 probes though. Oh man, and the recall will come down. Stim finishes up, and he's gonna get some more workers here. Well, 1 worker and a stalker there. That's pretty nice. But the important thing is 1-1 and charge did not get slowed down, and he will have them to deal with this push. But look at the armor, anti-armor missile at the 3rd base. Hits so many zealots. And that is so important since they have that 1-1. Still, though, I think Cure's going to be pushed back here. The charge not having that extra 8 damage will be an important factor. Nice blink forward, picks off a couple Marauders. Actually, 3 Marauders, I believe, went down there.
Yeah,
and Cure being forced very far back.
Yeah, those upgrades are proving really, really worthy right now.
But looking at this, Cure's actually ahead on workers right now. Fantastic worker production throughout this, and that little drop he did in the main was enough to put him ahead economically.
Yeah, that's definitely something you don't want to be as a Protoss behind in the workers, because I mean, you got to remember those mules that Terrans have, they give a lot extra boost to the economy. So definitely want to be at least a few ahead of the Terran, and he's definitely going to have to at least chrono boost his 3 Nexuses to start to get back into the economy status compared to Cure.
Yeah, it's actually a really interesting decision from SOS. He has opted not to be building more probes here. For about 2 minutes, he wasn't. And he didn't throw down extra gases either. He was on 3 gas that whole time. So the thing about that is you can do that as Protoss, but you want to be taking a 4th Nexus. You want to be staying on pure gateway units. He started up a robotics facility. He is building a Colossus now. And he did not start his 2-2, which is super important to note. And as a result, Cure is a lot closer in upgrades than maybe he should be. But this is, oh my god, those Widowmine shots. Hitting so many Zealots. And Cure is going to crush through right here. Guardian Shield very late. And this is going to be Cure, I think, taking down game 1. First Colossus is very nearly done, though. But it is not ready just yet. And the Robo Bay will go down. Beautiful play coming out of Cure. And just kind of a weird decision. A weird set of decisions coming out of SOS here.
Well, I think the saving grace will be that Colossus, though, as that should push back Cure's army. But really well done. A really good trade for Cure, definitely.
Fantastic trade, yeah. And with +1 armor just now finishing up for the Terran player, he's actually going to be starting in on his +2 attack. And SOS, he does not have the gas mining he needs to be moving forward in this game. He's just building more gateway units, and Cure is continuing to actually tech his own army up. He's got a Viking on the way. He's got a Ghost Academy started up. And he's had so many Marauders, so they've been so good against these gateway units. This is just really, really rough right now for SOS, and we even see Cure starting up a 4th base on location.
Yeah, I feel like as the game goes on, it's gonna be even tougher for SOS, as he doesn't even have a Templar archive, so he doesn't have that additional splash unit to at least mitigate some of the bio force that Cure has. But we do see a nice little counter zealot attack here at the 4th base of Cure, which would delay a little bit, but not too much.
It was nice, but he didn't end up, unfortunately, canceling that. And will Cure find these zealots? He's hunting them, but he's not going to be able to find them. Nice positioning from SOS. Ooh, but will Cure continue to look? Oh, the zealots actually go back into their own death. And this is going to alert SOS that this army is a little bit segmented off. And that's going to be a few Marauders that'll go down for... Nice move by SOS.
Yeah, nice catch there.
Widowmine. Very nice catch. And a quick cancel from Cure. Good decision there. He's up so far in workers, and he's pretty close to... well, he's even in army supply. SOS is actually... He's actually very all in right now. And SCVs will get pulled here. Oh my god, the sentries were too far back. Force fields are so late in this fight, and they are helping out a little bit now, but they're actually blocking the zealots off, and this is a fantastic fight for Cure. First Colossus is very low. It gets picked up in the War Prism, though. Nice micro by SOS, but I think he's losing too much. Second, both Colossus go down at once, and that's going to be it. GG is called.
Wow.
Dragon Phoenix Cure. Showing like a phoenix from the ashes.
You know what? I actually,
that was so
I thought that battle was actually looking really nice for SOS for a sec, because he has some really nice force fields, and those Colossus were getting some good lasers in. But yeah, I think kind of the reinforcement of Cure at the top side kind of made a concave for Cure, and he was able to take that easy peasy.
Hey, the problem was it was a little bit wonky from SOS with the timing of those force fields, and it actually, I think, blocked some of the zealots out. So if he'd hit those force fields at the very beginning of the fight, I think it could have been really good for him. But he had to reposition his entire army because the sentries were so far back, and he ended up... Actually, I'm rewatching the fight. He ended up having a lot of his zealots blocked off by his own Blink Stalkers as well. And yeah, those force fields actually, I think, ended up being more harmful than good, because they sectioned off just a small amount of bio, enough that it kept the Colossus from firing on big chunks of bio.
I see. Yeah, sometimes it does come down to just the engagement, how you engage, that determines the fight.
But that being said, it was a lot of really interesting decision making from SOS that put him into a situation where maybe he could have won with that one, maybe, but unfortunately he wasn't at the end of the day. But we have spawning up in the top left position, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. It is the Terran player, currently up 1-0, Cure.
Oops. Looks like I got the wrong name there. There we go. Oh, wait. What? Oh, never mind. All right. Here at the bottom right, we have our Blue Protoss looking to tie up the series and push it to an ace match. It is SOS.
And honestly, after watching that first game, I am feeling very secure in my call for Cure to take first in this group. He looks very sharp. He had, a funky decision with the Reaper early on, and he had the Widowmine drop that didn't do a whole lot, but everything else, the macro, was so crisp from him. And if he continues playing like this, I don't know. I think we could be talking about him being the fifth horseman of the apocalypse for Terran.
That would be a nice little thing you could add to your resume. The fifth horseman.
The fifth horseman is hope.
Ooh, I like that. I like
Hope,
that.
hope for Terran. And we just see a nice little move from SOS. He's gonna deny this command center being put on location for as long as he can. And Cure, actually, yeah, he's getting delayed a lot. Oh man, that was so obnoxious. That was 130 minerals later than it could have been. Very, very nice from SOS.
Yeah, as much as you can delay the CC, that's kind of pretty much a cherry on top.
Yeah, seriously. Behind this, it's another. Well, this time it's actually straight into reactor for Cure, and as well as second barracks this time. So it's not going to be a 1-1-1 build. It's going to be something a little different. Meanwhile, SOS hiding a probe on the top right. Is this going to be for a proxy or just for a scout?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was a proxy.
I wouldn't be surprised either, but I did see him. He had a queued up command to scout. So I think. Oh no, he's moving it over again. We'll have to see. He'll have to be throwing down another pylon relatively soon in his main base. So if he's not, he will be throwing it down at that top side. Obviously, the Nexus finishing up buys him a lot of time for needing that pylon, but... I say obviously, but clearly that wasn't obvious to me. Looks like... Ooh, oh, the Shades actually get into the main while Cure was microing, and he's actually going to get right into the main. And SOS will be able to deny one of these SCVs building the factory. Nice play from Cure. Immediately puts it back on, though. Oh, man, you really want to get this adept before that Shade finishes, but it's not going to go down. However, I think it went down to... Yeah, to that Marine that's still alive. Stalker comes across the map, though, and guts his buddy.
And even though it's late, there is a proxy pylon thrown down by that little sneaky probe, so... But it won't get scouted actually by Kier, as his Reaper does kind of miss it just a tad. And we'll see what that proxy pylon is for. I do see the Twilight Cancer, so that kind of indicates to me that it might be possibly Blink. But I think he might actually just do a little bit of a small aggressive push before doing so.
Yeah, he is going to be doing that. He warps in a couple Stalkers. So he's going to have 4 Stalkers here. That's enough to one-shot Marines. And there's no bunker. This actually could do a ton of damage right now. Immediately SCVs are pulled, but this is going to be a lot of hurt. Already 2-3, maybe even a 4th SCV going down. Doesn't pull the mules. That was very nice from Cure. A lot of players just pull the mules, and that's obviously a massive mistake. They're not going to help in the fight. So good play from Cure to not do that. Ooh, more target fire on these Marines. Really nice from SOS. Picking them all off. He's going after the Marauder. One Stalker goes down, but this is a fantastic trade so far for SOS. So many SCVs have gone down. 5 workers. And now Cure is forced to pull that mule off the line. And SOS getting so much done with so little. 2 more Stalkers will be warped in. And behind this, he's got a Robo, Forge, and Blink on the way. Now, because it was a 2 racks build, Cure does have a stim well on the way, but you don't want to be having to use stim against 5 Stalkers that were warped in from a slow pylon. You want to be using stim aggressively to kill your opponent.
Yeah.
SOS actually putting the hurt on this command center. He might take it down. Just target it, my dude. I think he had an instance where he could have targeted that down and he would have won the game. He needed 2 more volleys to finish it, and he didn't go for it. Even with the SCVs there to repair, I think 2 more volleys from that number of Stalkers would have been worth it, and it would have killed it. He probably would have lost about 4 Stalkers, but he would have had Blink, and he would have put his opponent down on 1 base.
Well, he could still probably snipe it, because his Blink is done, and he is going to go ahead and jump on top of the army. Oh,
that was a bad decision, I think. He's going to lose... he may win the game off the back of it, but it was a very ugly... Well, there you go. He wins the game off the back of it. But it was a very ugly decision. He loses about 5 Stalkers. But, you know, you got to respect the fact that he won the game. So what am I to say that that's a bad decision when all you do is trade poorly to win the game? Like, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, we could just say it was a risky move by SOS, but it worked out in the end. So he will go ahead and tie up the series, and does.
Yeah, he clearly knew the math. He knew that he'd killed enough units that he'd be able to hold. even with the Stalkers in an awkward position. Which is amazing, actually, when you think about it. That's amazing decision making.
Yeah, it was a really nice Michael there by SOS, making really good use of just 4 Stalkers, and then kind of after that, it kind of snowballed a little bit, and it went in favor of SOS. And during that time, even though he was sniping the CC, he was also delaying mining time. So Kira wasn't able to mine, as well as losing SCV during the process. So well done there by SOS.
You know what? Actually, I'm rewatching this fight, and a couple really good things from SOS in that little exchange. So he targeted down the Marauder immediately, and then in addition to that, he also let his Stalkers do their own target fire. So because his opponent's units were stimmed, if he had been target firing and he had so many Stalkers, he would have actually been overkilling them. So he just kind of let them do their own thing, which actually was more DPS overall for him. And there was no Marauders in the army, so he's able to just win with pure numbers. It's so counterintuitive to look at that and be like, that's a good decision to blink into, but it was an amazing one.
All right.
Another one going to the ace match, though. And we have spawning up in the top right position, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, it is the blue Terran player, Cure.
And spawning at the bottom left, we have the red Protoss from Greenair Jinair Green Wings. It is SOS.
Very strong player. Showing that he can mix it up and that he has knowledge of the game in a way that many of us can't even comprehend, which you got to appreciate. You got to respect that. And I didn't respect it looking at that, but he won a game off the bat, and that is very impressive, very, very impressive. Into a 2-Rax build, a build that should by all accounts be extremely good against that. But SOS, he knows what's up. He knows if you don't have a bunker to do with those 4 Stalkers, you're gonna take the hurt. And we do see another probe scout coming down from SOS. No big surprise. He's just gonna muck about with his opponent, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like it's pretty interesting how, like, you see most Protosses go for Gateway and then into Nexus, but for some reason, SOS, he just goes for a Gateway into Cybernetic or then Nexus.
Yeah, it's not a massive difference, but it is a difference. It is certainly a difference, and I've noticed that as well. There's some players that really prefer one way or the other, and then there's some players that they switched up. Now we've seen, I believe this is the 3rd game in a row we've seen Gate Cyber out of SOS. And he also just really loves to chrono that early unit. Almost always it's the Adept. Now, sometimes he's aggressive, sometimes he's passive with it, but it gives him a little bit more flexibility. Looks like we have both SCVs, both workers scouting around, and they're both looking for proxies, and it's actually going to be Cure that is actually proxying, and SOS, is he going to see it? Oh man, if he goes in before the building is started, he's going to miss it. Oh my god, horrible luck right there from SOS. If the building had been started, he would have seen it.
Oh man.
Oh my god, and he is going to think that that area is clear now. Oh no, you look at his vision, look at SOS's vision, and there cannot be a building there. Except that there wasn't, and now there is.
that sometimes, StarCraft is a game of luck, and that was pretty unlucky for SOS.
Well, I mean, the counter argument would be, what if he had, calculated when a proxy starport would come down and therefore delayed his scout for that. But no, that was insanely good luck right there for Cure. And we see SOS trying to dot his cross his T's, dot his I's with the Adept, but it's actually just going to be on patrol at this 3rd Nexus. And once again, we see it's going to be 2 gateways and a Twilight Council, and then a third Nexus. But this time, there's going to be a lot of Hellions, and there's going to be nothing to deal with it.
Even the hallucinated Oracle misses the Hellion, so that is a double unlucky play there for SOS. And looks like, yep, that 4 Hellion drop will commence, and there's absolutely no vision of it.
He does catch it with that pylon at the third, but he is not going to be able to pull the probes in time, and he's going to be losing a lot of workers here. 3 already going down, and it's going to be a lot more from here. Really nice splits to start things off, but already a bunch more workers going down. 12, and just 1 Hellion goes down. Now, honestly, I think that could have been worse. That was mitigated really, really nicely by SOS. Behind this, it's going to be Cloaked Banshee.
Oh, but still, 12 workers at this stage of the game. That's really tough.
Rough.
Yeah, rough.
It's really, really tough. And Kira actually thinking about just running straight by here. Oh, now he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to lead SOS to his proxy base, and he actually does exactly that. SOS sniffs it out, and he is going to find this, and he may be able to get the Tech Lab before Cloak finishes up. In fact, he will retarget on that, and he will absolutely get that. Will he be able to prevent a second Banshee from being started, though? It does look like it, yeah. And first Banshee, oh, I love that. Even recalls 3 of those, recognizes the Banshee will get out. And with no cloak, with Blink almost finishing up, this could very well get almost nothing done, but 2 workers going down somewhere.
Yeah, the Hellions actually ran back in while the Protoss was distracted with the Tech Lab. And here we go. The Hellions are actually going to come back in once again, get the Sentry, and just going to run out.
Oh, but he might actually get run down here. Blink, no, he's not going to be able to get the third. He gets 2 of them, and that's pretty nice. Starport going to be flying home, but it's going to be a long trip. And that's going to mean that Kira has it's going to be a while until he can push, and as a result, he's gearing up for that macro game. He's getting double engineering bay, 3rd command center well on the way, and he's just getting his production started up. Oh, no, but SOS finds the starport, and he may be... No, he's going to be able to kill this. There's no way that this gets saved. Yeah, it's already below half health. And this is nice from SOS. This is actually a really big deal. Starport is restarted, but that's an expensive loss. That's 100 gas. That's a lot of mining time lost. And good play from SOS.
Yeah, that's going to delay some of the medevac production as well, so that kind of slows down the push if Kier did decide to, or was planning to, push, as his stim is halfway done and starting combat shield, and he's just going to go ahead and start establishing his dirt base and get his economy rolling.
He's actually SOS is actually taking a 4th base right now.
Ooh.
He is doing this thing again where he stays very, very low on gas. Oh wow, finds the Banshee, does SOS. He's actually on just 2 gases right now. Ooh, Cyclone locks on, kills a Stalker. Nice for Kier after losing a Marine there. This is insane. Like this is like watching Estrella play a PvT right now. Like, so many probes being built.
Yeah, remember about 12 or 13 probes went down in the beginning of the game to those Hellions. So really nice job for SOS to at least remake those, and we'll see them move out with the Blink Stalkers at the Watchtower, so that should give him enough time to start preparing for it. Although he does want to probably delay this until his +1/1 is done before engaging.
Ooh, a little bit awkward from SOS. Lock on comes down on one of those Stalkers. He actually loses it. Now there are a lot of charge loss here, but 1/1 is not quite done, and he's gonna have to wait for that. And as a result, those tanks do get sieged, and 1/1's still not done yet. And this is not a great fight, I think, from SOS. Blinks forward, gets one of the tanks, retarget fire from Kier going onto those Stalkers, but actually not going to get that much. And this ends up being a pretty good cleanup, pretty good hold from SOS. Reinforcements, though, you don't want to push up that ramp into Widow Mines. Oh, 1 shot actually doesn't do as much as I would have expected. But still, this is looking really nice for SOS.
Yeah, he even got a counter backside the drop with the War Prism. So he's got a double pronged attack, and he is going to the heart of Kier's base. SCVs being pulled, and a lot of SCVs going down. 12, 13, and there are still more SCVs going down. as there is the attack by SOS is ongoing.
Oh man, this is so much economic damage being done right now, and Cure is cleaning it up slowly but surely, and he's killing a lot of SOS's army, but this is SOS on 4 Nexus right now. He can choose to crank out 4 probes at a time if he so desires. But he's actually going to keep the pressure up in the main. A lot of Zealots and Stalkers being warped in. Additionally, a couple Widow Mines already shot, and he loses all of them, except for that one that, well, 2 that just fired. And I don't know if SOS is ever going to get dislodged from this location. Cure, he is struggling to rebuild any kind of a force.
Yeah, this is looking really, really bad for Kier. I mean, he's down 20 workers. I mean, army supply, he's still ahead, but I think with 1 or 2 warpins, SOS will probably reclaim that. And I mean, I'm not sure what Kier can do at this point.
Yeah, there's not a lot he can do. He's in a really rough spot. So this is what I think SOS was hoping was going to happen in that first game. The push ended up working a lot better for SOS, or sorry, for SOS in this game. Cure's push doing way less. Cure actually might have been able to take down that medevac, but I think he was afraid of going too far away from his third base and losing even more workers to potential additional backstab. But we see 2-2 actually starting, as opposed to in the first game where it never was started. Colossus production is on the way, but a 4th Nexus is done where it wasn't in that first game. This is just such a better position for SOS. That being said, Cure still has a scary looking push.
Yeah, that is not army to laugh at. He only has, I mean, he does have 2 Colossus, so I think he should be fine.
Medevac's kind of just wandering forward there, but Cure doesn't actually get punished for it. More massive warpins coming in, and these are 2-2 Zealots now. And this is, Cure has to be so careful with how he engages. Warp Prism comes back into the main, but it's not going to get much done. Not yet, anyways. Big, this is really good for Cure, actually, taking out all of the Zealots, I think. Blink forward, but it's not going to achieve all that much. And Cure will get chased away here. SOS is going to be looking to blink forward once more. There it is. And he'll find a couple more Marauders, but Cure will get out of there. Meanwhile, in the main base, that Warpin did come down, and it is getting some work done. Oh, man, dropping into the third base, actually. Oh, you know what? I thought that Warp Prism was going to go down to the Widow Mine. It actually survived with 6 HP, and I think SOS may be winning the game off the back of it. Oh my god, so many low medevacs. They're going to get picked off by these Link Stalkers coming forward. Now, something important to note is that SOS has not got... Oh, wow. Just now, as I say that, he goes into 3-3. But for that whole duration, he was almost a full upgrade timing tier ahead of Cure in terms of upgrades. But now, because he didn't start that 3-3 right away, it's equalized. Now, of course, as a result of that, he is very far ahead in the game in terms of army value and army supply. But we do have Cure catching up with 2-2 very, very shortly.
Yeah, the thing I'm afraid of is SOS is getting his 5th base, while Cure doesn't even seem to be looking for his 4th base anytime soon. And looks like SOS will go for another attack here at the dirt of Cure. What does he have? He has a bunch of Marauders, but 3 Colossus there. Not a lot of Vikings.
Not a lot of Vikings at all, and there's enough Stalkers that they could potentially one-shot these Vikings if they got the opportunity. Meanwhile, a little run by in the natural, killing a lot of workers. No defenses there, and even some rallied reinforcements getting... at the third base, though, there are more units being warped in, and SOS, he might actually be able to just target down this command center. But no, Cure's just gonna... He's just gonna fight Cure and absolutely overwhelm him with sheer numbers. Well played from SOS in that third game there.
Yeah, and he will win the series 2-1 against Cure. Pretty impressive win. And he will face Solar in the winners versus winners match that's coming up right after this.
Yeah, that's some really interesting stuff. SOS is so much trickier with when he starts and stops his pro production. He's obviously got it calculated out very specifically and very finitely, seems to be working out pretty well for him.
Certainly is. And I think since it's Solar versus SOS, we can probably stay in the Korean server, it looks like.
Yes. Yeah, I think we'll be able to do that. SOS versus Solar. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts on this matchup?
I would say on paper, probably Solar is favored, but I think not by quite a lot. SOS is one of those players that even though he's in the rut, he can out of nowhere just pull upsets and beat like high level players on top of their game. He's just one of those guys that's just like I don't know, just like in the tournament, you wouldn't consider him a absolute favorite, but he could definitely pull a lot of upsets.
Well, I think he did just that.
Yeah.
He was able to, after a pretty decisive game one from Cure, he was able to really make some miracles happen. First of all, only losing 12 probes. That sounds crazy, but like it really felt like he should have lost so many more workers in that game than he did.
Yeah.
But he was able to like the splits were very, very good. He got his units back in position. And then he scouted the follow-up Cloaked Banshee, which, by the way, would have done horrendous damage if it had gone unscouted. If Cloak had finished, I think we're looking at another 20 probes and potentially a tap out right there. The expected value of probes lost in that game for me was 45 after those first two things. What ended up happening was 12 probes lost. So I'm very impressed with that. So sorry, he lost another 2, so 14 probes. So I was expecting him to lose 3 times as many probes to that. And I think a lot of Prodosses would have.
And usually in a regular game, if you lose 14 probes before the 5-minute mark, I mean that's almost kind of GG, So
Yeah.
really nice there by SOS to kind of climb back and kind of abuse the greediness. Didn't get attacked after that, and was able to just out macro SOS and not SOS, out macro Cure. And even though Cure had the upgrade lead for a moment in time, SOS was able to just have more in terms of quantity. So, I mean, quality is good, but if you have just too much quantity, then the upgrades just doesn't matter as much.
Yeah, that's true. It's very important. It's very important to recognize the state of certain fights. And SOS throughout the second and third games showed that he was very good at that. That he was very, very capable of taking each fight for what it was and recognizing when to make certain micro decisions. And he throughout his entire career, he's been very gifted at that. But he really showed a high level of that in especially the third game. Even the second game, though, I didn't give him enough credit. And showing some good stuff.
Definitely. And we might even see some more good stuff as he is about to face Solar in this next one. But it's going to be a PVZ this time, not a PVT. So it'll be interesting to see how SOS does.
Yeah. I wonder if he's got any PVZ builds in his repertoire right now, or if he's maybe not as satisfied with his current PVZ. I don't know. I'd be really interested to find out.
I feel like SOS historically has typically been good against Zerg. Right?
Historically, yes. But in the recent past, I don't think as much. Not as much as he was, a long time ago. Like when he was winning BlizzCon, for example.
Right.
It looks like this particular game, or sorry, this particular account, I'm just kind of sifting through it from SOS. Looks like he actually plays Zerg on this account, on this barcode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, unless I'm mistaken, but yeah, it looks like he actually plays Zerg. So for anyone who's wondering, looks like his Zerg is approximately 6,000 MMR, 6K MMR on. Oh no,
my.
he actually plays random on this one. Okay. So
Okay.
his random is 6K and his Zerg is 5,800.
Wow.
So that's still insanely good. Insanely good.
Yeah, I mean, I wish my MMR was that high.
Right? I wish my main race MMR. Not at like the highest I've ever been was I think I was just shy of 5.7K. I don't remember actually if I got above it. I think it was like 5693 or something.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. That I haven't been close to that in a while.
All right, looks like the players are getting their map videos underway, and we should start pretty soon. Anyhow, while they are doing that, just want to remind you guys that tomorrow we have Group B of Group Stage 1, and it will be comprised of, as of now, TY, Sue, Scarlet, and Puck. So you definitely don't want to miss that. That will, again, happen at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you tune in for that as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Looks like we are going to be getting into World of Sleepers as the first map in this winners match series between SOS and Solar. What do you think about this? Do you think we'll see a 12 pool out of Solar, or potentially Cannon Rush out of SOS?
Oh man, if he pulls out Cannon Rush, I will be pretty happy. But I mean, Solar, I mean 12 pool, I don't think 12 pool are as common these days, but I mean on this map where the natural doesn't have a ramp, that could definitely work. I could see that definitely working. But it's not the widest of naturals, so I'm not sure if it will. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best map to pull it off, but it could certainly work. We shall see.
Yeah, it's hard to say. We'll have to see. Looks like already it's not going to be that 12. As far as Cannon Rush potential is concerned, I don't think so, because he's building the pylon at the nat. So yeah, so it's not going to be any of that shenanigans. Any of those shenanigans, I should say.
I guess with this first game, they're just gonna go ahead and feel each other out. And in the best of 3 series, like, you know, pulling out a cheese or a proxy is kind of riskier than say a series that's a best of 7 or a best of 5. You don't really have much room to, like, you know, take a lot of big risks, because it is a best of 3. You know, after the first 2 wins, like, that player wins the series. So
yeah, no, it kind of is a little bit limiting in terms of what you can do in terms of build order choice. It's a little bit, yeah, limiting. You don't want to take those big risks. Shout out to Cuddle Bear in the chat, by the way.
oh, hey Cuddle Bear.
It is just going to be that gateway expand, though. Gateway, Nexus, Cyber, as you do. And Hatch Gas Pool on the other side of the map. Very standard from both players. So neither one of them fulfilling my dreams, doing something wonky. Both of them adhering to what you're talking about, and respecting the fact that it's a best of 3 and that you're kind of limited. You don't get to do those kinds of things. The other thing is, too, if you're down 0-1 in a best of 3, you're always like, oh man, I'm I'm down one game. I don't have anything to play with. And then if it's 1-1, you're like, well, okay, I won at least one game here. I don't want to do anything too crazy. Whereas, let's say you're down 0-2 in a best of 5, you're like, fuck it, let me just do something crazy.
Yeah.
And you'll do what you can to pull out a win. Same thing if you're up 2-0, you're like, well, I have a game to throw away, like, before it's even actually he's on match point. But that being said, speaking of crazy, we see SOS going for a proxy Stargate here. So what he's going to be doing, he's going to be looking to get that Oracle into his opponent's main as soon as possible before a Spore Crawler is finished and get some drone kills. And Solar's looking around for it, but I don't think he's actually going to find it here.
Yeah, unfortunately, he does misses the Stargate. And
oh my god, he actually had the rally past the Stargate, and then he changed it again. That is twice that Solar has done that now in this series. Or sorry, in today's games, I should say.
But the Adept for SOS does go into the main base, which will distract him and probably buy him some time to prevent him from making Spore Crawlers.
2 drones, maybe even a third drone, 3 drones, 4. Oh no, it doesn't get 4th.
Nice save.
Finally gets the save, but 3 drones and 2 Spore Crawlers being started and a drone pull. Oh man, that is an awful feeling right there.
Yeah, it's gonna
Oracle's gonna come into this undefended main, and he's gonna get some havoc done here.
Oh man,
4 drones getting killed right there, and in addition to those earlier 3, this is looking so bad for Solar to start things off. Now the proxy target will get found here, but he does get that second Oracle out. I was thinking SOS would probably want a 3rd Oracle, but 2 Oracles can still represent a very significant amount of threat. And there's actually no Spore Crawler in the natural here. But the Queens will still ward away Solar. And 2 more drones get picked off right there. Nice moves by SOS.
Yeah, you want to get as much drones, but you don't want to lose the Oracle. That's the important thing. Just don't lose the Oracle, because you're definitely going to need it later on, whether it's a big Ling counterattack where you can use your Oracle to pulsar beam those Lings, or maybe even some stasis wards, or revelate the Zerg army to see where they're at, or revelate the base to see what they're making.
So this is insane right now from SOS. We're seeing Blink in a PvZ. I don't think I've seen straight Blink in a PvZ in so long. Like, you just don't see this.
Yeah, this is like an old school build in PvZ Blink.
Yeah. Like Oracles into Blink, yeah. Like it used to be 7-gate plus 2 3-base Blink that CJ Entis Hero was so good with and dominated Heart of the Swarm PvZ with for so long. But SOS, I don't know if he got hit on the head between those 2 series and was like, okay, I'm gonna throw it back to 2015, but 2014. But he's doing it. Now, Solar is actually, I think he's gonna be going all in right now. And if that's the, yeah, no, he definitely is. These Queens are walking right across the map. They're actually gonna find these Oracles. One of them will go down, maybe another one gets low. But that is, that's already actually gonna be putting a lot of potential here. Oh no, do not blink forward. You gotta, the thing is, Blink is actually gonna be really good against this. Much more useful than, say, Glaive Adepts would have been. However, he does kind of blink into a couple Lings, but the Oracle turns on its Pulsar Beam, and he is going to be able to keep those Stalkers safe. But he's down very far in army supply by 30 army supply, and Solar, I don't know. This looks dangerous for SOS. I like the decision to counterattack with these Blink Stalkers, though. Oh, but he will lose the Oracle as the Blink Stalkers kind of get surrounded here. And gets out with a few of them, but they're probably going to get run down here. And SOS is definitely going to lose this Nexus. He's not even going to try and hold on to it. Recall does come down, and he's actually going to lose 2 of the Stalkers on the Recall. Now, Solar, what is your decision behind this? He's going to be going home, droning up, and starting up a layer. As SOS, though, DTs are going to be done very soon. And there's no Spore Crawler at the natural, only at the third and main.
Yeah, this could get a bit ugly as DTs are pretty dangerous when they're ravaging across all three of your bases. But the main, I guess the main engagement will be here at the outside of SOS base, as Solar does have a really massive army.
Yeah, and it looks like Solar mostly. Oh, so this is good. SOS sees there's no Spore Crawler in the natural. If he knows that, he will be able to go into the natural and potentially kill it. Actually, no. As I say that, an Overseer starts, or sorry, layer finished up and an Overseer started. SOS kind of didn't take advantage of the, I guess, unknown timing that he had with those DTs where layer wasn't done. The one thing SOS does have going is his upgrade timing is far ahead of Solar's. But the creeps, oh wow, look at this. DT is actually getting caught right here. One of them will go down, and if Solar's on top of it, sees the blur, he may be able to hold position and keep those DTs in place for the Overseer. But no, it's not going to happen. Still, that is just deflecting. That is enough. Getting one DT is great.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you scout the initial DTs, like you start setting up your defense, your anti-DT defense, and not worry too much about them later on.
Yeah, and this is kind of awkward for SOS. He's got a ton of Zealots, but he has no charge. And I don't know if he's realized that or not. He does not have it on the way. Oh, wait, no, he does have charge. They just look so slow for some reason. Wow. I just got bamboozled hard. I like this from Solar. Knocking down these rocks is going to really allow him to move around the map more effectively. Takes out this Stargate now much easier, which was a pain in terms of providing vision. And additionally, Solar's creep spread looking very good. He's going to be able to really solidify his defense around these bases. And it's important to note that SOS... Oh, wow. As I say that, he takes the gases at his third. I was just going to say, he has not taken the gases at his third, which is usually indicative of an all-in. And then he goes and takes them.
And you definitely want to...
Like it's...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go on. No, you go on.
I'll say it's definitely going to be important for him to get the gas, because he is transitioning into double Robo Colossus, and he's going to need all the gas to power that up while getting the Thermal Lance at the same time.
Yeah, definitely want to be going for that. Behind this, we do see Solar going into Ravager laying Bane, something that's, well, been the bane of a lot of Protoss players in recent history. A lot of players really struggling against it, showing a lot of power in the matchup, and especially with those melee upgrades. But that being said, double Robo Colossus is pretty good against that if you can get a decent Colossus count up. And he does have a lot of high energy sentries, allow him to potentially mitigate the Baneling's first little bit of this fight. But he only has one Colossus with the army. Really nice force fields, but they will get knocked down. But ooh, they reapplied very nicely. Buys time for another Colossus. However, there's just so much Zerg. Oh my god, Solar's overrunning him right now. And 22 workers go down, and I think this is just GG. There's no way. Robo will go down at the third, and while SOS approached the fight well at the beginning, Solar was so quick to knock down those force fields, and it's a numbers game at this point. There's no way you can hold.
Yeah, Solar just making the swarm go upon the Protoss and giving him nightmares, and GG, Solar will take a game 1 of the series.
And he puts himself on match point to go out right out of the group, I should say, in first place in this series. First place in this first group. Wow. Words are hard sometimes.
Yeah, that would definitely be nice for him to advance to the next stage. But SOS will have something to say about that in this next game.
Yeah, he certainly will try.
Yeah, he was actually down 0-1 against Kier, right? And then he just beat him the next 2 games. So that could definitely happen again.
Yeah, definitely. But I think where SOS lost that game was he went for the blink and he was moving aggressively out with it. And then he saw his opponent was doing the push. And instead of just trying to use the blink a little bit more defensively and trying to get some damage done on the army, which he could have done very effectively, he instead decided to try and blink forward into picking off reinforcements. And it's not like this was some slow army. These were speedlings and ravagers he was jumping into. So he ended up kind of losing the initiative there. And I think specifically he maybe could have gunned down the queens. And if he does that, all of a sudden, the one oracle he has left alive is going to be able to completely shut down this push over time. But he didn't do that. And he even counterattacked with the oracle. And as a result, lost most of the blink stalkers, and then had to sack his third. And was heavily turtling his natural, which Solar never even pushed into. So those ended up being wasted resources in addition to all of that. And then the DTs that he went for, he used them a little bit too late, and they got nothing done. And from that point, Solar was just so far ahead.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, I would have loved to see SOS, like, you know, once he blinked down with those stalkers, just recall back and defend that third base, because he had his third base set up, had the cannon there. I mean, as long as he just defended, you know, the Zerg would have lost, you know, all the queens as well as the lings and ravagers and roaches. So I think he would have been in a lot better position if he just recalled and just defended.
Yeah, or not even necessarily recalled, but at the very least not gone forward into the army.
Yeah, not lose those stalkers, the initial stalkers.
Yeah. It was costly. It was very, very costly for him. And yeah, Solar looking sharp. I really like the decision making he made after. It's important to remember that the game started off with really savage damage being done by SOS in that game. 7 workers went down at a time when you cannot afford to be losing 7 workers as a Zerg player.
Yeah, I mean that was a really good opening. I mean, as well as you could ask for as a Protoss doing a proxy Stargate Oracle. I mean, it could have gone. Of course, you could definitely gotten more drones, but I think, you know, getting those 7 drones and actually making out alive with those oracles, not losing the oracles, that was a really good position there by SOS, and just needed to execute the mid to late game, which unfortunately he wasn't able to do so.
Yeah, it was a little bit more awkward.
Yeah.
But I think we'll see. I think we'll see something a little bit better from him here. Ooh, something about this pylon makes me think that maybe, just maybe, he's going to get a little bit cheeky with it. I don't know.
He does send.
I'm not sure if
he does send the probe. He does send the probe early, so it could be definitely a cannon rush, which I'm actually crossing my hand. Oh no, this is going to be a regular gateway.
Yeah, he's going to be looking to deny this hatch though. Hatch block, very, very annoying. And Solar, he's like, nope, I'm out. And he's going straight for the third base. And I like that decision. Not even going to muck about with it. He sees the probe, sees how early it is, starts an additional drone, and then goes straight for that third. And SOS, for his part, he doesn't even need to throw down the pylon to deny the natural. He just puts it so it's in an awkward position. Now, the beauty of this for SOS is because of where he puts his gateway, if he goes straight into a cybernetics core, the gateway is now so much closer to the third. And I think he is. Yeah, he's going to go cybercore first. I love this. I love this a lot. And this is the little things. The little things that's a player, Peely was very good at doing this kind of thing. And creating opportunities for himself. And SOS, obviously, one of, like, the best at doing this kind of thing. And we'll see if he can get much damage done, or if it's going to just be not too much.
You know, it's interesting how I think with the cybernetic core positioning placement, I think this kind of creates a second wall for the Protoss. So you can wall off the one outside with the second pylon, and then if there's a Baneling breakdown, then he can actually go ahead and try to wall off behind that. Although a little bit of the mineral line will be exposed, but I mean if you force field one force field of the between the Nexus and the mineral line, and then you can just like place your units between the Nexus and the cybernetic core, that would be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh wow, a little bit weird with the adepts and lings actually passing each other. I would have liked to see a second chrono boost on the other adept here. He knows that he has this opportunity here, and ooh, nice target fire on the one drone that was the deepest into the mineral patch. So he knew that he was going to be able to get the kill there. Couple lings go into the natural, but SOS knows best. He knows that Solar was going to go across with those lings, and he ends up getting those 2 kills. Now, Solar, on the other hand, his goal there was scouting information, and he got it. But the unfortunate thing for him is that, technically speaking, SOS was volunteering that information with the adepts. Or, sorry, with the gateway positionings.
Yeah, it's interesting. He only has 3 gateway. No tech behind in terms of Twilight or Robo, which is interesting. Is he actually doing just a regular gateway push or something? Because
yep, it's gonna be adepts.
Oh my god,
it's pretty crazy.
You don't see this every day.
No, you don't. It's a very weird build, but it's a good one. And we see behind it.
Oh,
oh. Was that me?
Not sure. It didn't have any.
Okay. Hopefully it's not gonna cause any problems for the players. Yeah, we're seeing double Stargate behind this, and I think it's gonna be Phoenix's. And this is awesome. SOS. Oh, this was I don't know about that decision. Okay, no, it actually works out really, really well for him. There wasn't enough lings, and he was able to know that. Gets 2 drones, forces a lot more lost mining time. Will lose an adept to these queens, but he's going to be able to shade back to a really nice choke here. And this is SOS adapting to the map, seeing that things are a little bit wonky on this map. There's some weird choke points, and he's going to take advantage of that. In addition to the little damage that he did get done, just those 2 drones, he's able to force a ton of units out of Solar. And it's actually not going to be Phoenix, it's going to be double Oracle.
Yeah, and there's actually there's actually no vision of this, so he's gonna be in the dark, and these Oracle can actually really catch Solar off position, off guard, and it could do a lot of damage. You're only actually moving with only 2. I would like him to wait for a bit more, although you could do 1 shot with 2 Oracle, so I guess it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad, and he's actually going to get in potentially just before the Spore Crawler finishes. To echo what you were saying, I love when players go double Oracle and they wait for like 6. 6 Oracles is such okay, does keep that 1 Oracle alive. Almost goes down. 6 Oracles though is such a it's such a brutal number of Oracles to deal with. And look at this. Oh my god. Is he gonna go Flux Vein Void Rays? I feel like he's going carriers, but I want so badly for it to be Flux Vein Void Rays.
Yeah, me too. We don't ever see that.
Never. We never see that. And look at this. So many drones going down into that. 11, 12 drones. Now, 2 Oracles do pay for the lives for it, but that was definitely worthwhile. Solar had just finished building a massive round of drones, and that is going to be a lot of damage being taken there. We see layer finishes up. Hydras are going to be on the way. Ooh, I love this. SOS sees that creep tumors are finished, turns one of those Oracles on, immediately guns down 3 creep tumors for free.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
And looks like he's actually going to do 2 Stargate carriers.
Yes. That is the expected value. You expect to see carriers off this. You don't no one really does Flux Flame Void Rays, even though I want them to.
Yeah, same here.
He is going to throw down a 3rd starport behind us. But Solar, he has not been able to scout here. He will potentially get into the main. Actually, you know what? SOS, if he'd been on point with this, he may actually still be able to deny this vision. Oh, man. He will see the fleet beacon, though. And he's going to see that it's carriers. Yeah. Solar gets the massively important scout right there. Meanwhile, Oracle's dart in once again at the third. Oh, wow. Just keeps that one alive. But he's going to pick off 2 more drones here. Nice.
Yeah, and luckily for Solar, he actually went for straight into Hydralisk. So that will at least help against the carriers. Although there is if it goes to a point where there's just too much carrier numbers, it might actually snowball, and he's gonna start needing to get things like Vipers or oh, actually it looks like he's just gonna go ahead and go for a massive attack here.
Yep, he's going to do exactly that. He's going to go across the map with Queens, with Hydras, with Lings, and he's just going to hit with this Groove Spines. Oh, he does start up the Hydra speed behind this. That is a good decision. Oh, a couple Oracles do go down. Those could have cast some very useful stasis wards, but they actually don't get any. The second one will be able to throw down 1 or 2, but he's not. He's not, and this is looking really rough. That being said, a ton of cannons and shield batteries going down at the third base. And this is like the game-deciding moment here. These carriers have +1, so they're actually going to do crazy work against these Hydras if they can, well, if they can just attack, basically.
Oh.
Oracle does go down, and it did not get a revelation, so it doesn't see the size of this army. SOS has to be so careful. There are sentries as well with this. And it looks like, ooh, Baneling Nest is going down, so he's going to be looking to rust through those defenses on the ground and just crush everything with the Hydras.
Yeah, and remember, guys, this is all in from Solar. He does not have a 4th base on the way. This is pretty much it.
Oh, this is a massive commitment from Solar. This is, I want to get out of the group right now, and you're not going to let me, or you're not going to stop me from doing it. Those Banelings are morphing in, and important to note, SOS did not see them. Oh, force fields need to come down and save them. Nice force fields. They save all of the cannons there. Carriers getting on top of the Hydras and Queens. There are still a lot of Hydras here, and the Queens soaked up very effectively for the Hydras. And I think Solar might be pushing through here. It's going to be very, very close. Adepts actually could help out a lot on the ground. And Solar's slowly running out of units. Still some cannons in the backfield. And GG is called. It looked like he may have been breaking through, but there's actually too much ground forces behind it.
Yeah.
Really nicely done.
Awesome job.
That was
there.
adept. Sorry, the force fields there saved the game for SOS 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely saved a lot of the shield batteries and cannons, and was able to hold that off. And just, I mean, Solar at that point knew that was, you know, he couldn't win the long game. So GG's there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was definitely an appropriate GG after the Hydras ran out. It looked like, because he killed basically all of the interceptors, it looked like maybe he was going to break through, but he just didn't have enough punch following it up. Oh man, those sentries, I thought for sure they were going to be too far away to cast those force fields, but they were perfect. They were exactly what he needed.
All right, and it looks like we'll be playing on. Okay, this is a map where I actually don't have trouble pronouncing its name. So I want to ask you, how do you pronounce the map name here?
Smalacrum.
What?
No, I have no idea. I think simulacrum. Simulacrum.
Yeah, I would say that.
Simulacrum. I think smackalacrum. Smackalacrum.
Or let's for shorten and say just call it Sim City.
Sim City.
Yep.
Sick City on Sim City. And for the third time so far, we have it going to the third game of the series. And we have spawning down in the bottom right position, representing Triumphant Song Gaming. It is the Blue Zerg player from Korea, Solar. Going for an all-in there. Wasn't quite able to make it work, but he did his best. That's all we can ask for.
Yeah. And spawning at the top left corner of the map, he is the red Protoss. And he did disappoint us by not going for a Flux Rain, but he did pull out the win, so we forgive him. It is SOS.
Yeah, you can't blame him for actually playing to win StarCraft.
Yeah.
That being said, I think Flux Veins do have a place in the matchup. I just don't think players have figured out like when they should be transitioning into them. Like I think on certain big maps, getting like 6 to 8 speed void rays when you're on like 5+ bases, I think it's going to be really good against Zerg because no amount of static defense is going to be able to actually stand up to that. Like you're going to need to leave expensive units in your bases to deal with that, and even then, because of their sheer speed, you'll be able to move around. Ooh, and we see Solar actually representing a cannon rush right here with this fake proxy pylon, but it's actually just that. It's a fake.
Yeah, I think he kind of expects it to be a fake, as that proxy pylon, if it was a regular cannon rush, wouldn't be there because it has just too much surface area for the drones to get this around. But so luckily or nice for Solar to recognize that and not overreact and pull a bunch of drones.
I like how SOS pretended that his probe was derping just to make Solar think for just a little bit longer that it might have been real cannon rush. That was some next level stuff right there. That was spicy. I like that.
Yeah, SOS has some of the best mind games that has ever been played on StarCraft.
Oh, for real, yeah, seriously. We do see a very quick third hatchery coming out of Solar. So it's hatch pool hatch, and the trick to this build is you only get one queen and you get it at the natural in order to defend, and you just get such a fast third base. You even do what he's doing, which is you delay your gas mining a little bit and you delay your speed, because that third hatch is such an investment so early on, but lets you get that creep spread up, lets you get that larva count going very nicely, and it's just a slightly different way to play the matchup.
All right, looks like Adept will be making his way across the map. Already he did scout the third, so he does not have to send his Adept there. He's just going to have to just send it to the maybe natural, see how many drones there is, but instead he's actually going to go straight into the main.
That's a little bit bold, and with a queen popping out, with 2 more lings popping out, well, he's actually still able to get around there. Gets 1 ling kill, and he's going to get out of dodge, and that's quite nice. That is quite nice. Sorry, another advantage of this very fast third hatch is you can delay one of your key overlord time. So you don't need to start that up right away. Pause coming down from Solar. He's either he's pausing or he's making a tongue face, or he has to go pee. Those are the options.
or maybe he needs to pray. Yeah.
Oh, pee for prey. That makes sense. Ooh, actually, look at this. So we can talk about this. What's going on in SOS's main? We have a third gateway and we have a Twilight Council. This is looking like it could potentially be one of those Glaive Adept builds.
Yeah, which I'm actually interested to see because, after the patch, it used to be shoots at 45% attack speed with the Glaive, but now it changes it so that it actually goes up to 60, but only for 6 seconds. So it'll be interesting. Yes. And I haven't seen a lot of people actually utilize it or had to make a build around it. So I would love to see SOS kind of show us that.
Game resumed.
Yeah, no, so would I. Is it only 60% though? I thought it was like 9. Yeah, no, it's only 60%. I thought it was 92 for some reason. And I'm not saying that like 92 like it's a random number. I thought it was exactly 92. But it's very clearly not. It's 60%.
Yeah, I think a lot of protesters would have been really happy with 92.
Yeah, if it was 92, yeah. But also they would have been very upset because PvP would have become a nightmare.
Oh yeah, those immortal mass Glaive Adepts.
Mass 8 gate 2 gas Glaive Adept attacks. Yeah. We saw more fancy maneuvers coming in with from SOS here. Killing some more lings. Got 2 more drones. And I say 2 more, but it was actually the first 2. And importantly as well, he keeps those Adepts alive for this follow-up push that he's looking to do. Ooh, now we see Solar coming in with an Overlord into the main base. He's going to see an additional... Oh, this is really unfortunate for SOS. He actually warps in underneath the Overlord. So this is going to tell... If he didn't already know with those 5 Adepts coming, this is going to tell him exactly what's happening.
Yeah, he's like trying to hide the adepts in the right side.
Yeah, he doesn't realize they were already in vision. Potentially Solar wasn't looking at them, so it's possible that he doesn't know. Where did Okay, they're at the third. I was like, where did those adepts go? Okay, look, wow. I don't know if you saw it for a little bit, but 2 adepts were like inside of one another for about 5-10 seconds at the third base.
Just missed that.
I've never seen that happen with units.
All right, here we go. Looks like he is gonna push as Glaive upgrade is about to finish, but the Overlord did catch the mass adept, so he is making a ton of roaches and links in production in order to defend against this.
Now this is really, really cool from SOS. So look, he's going to be sending 11 adepts into the main and natural, and he's got 2 more adepts heading towards that third base. Those could potentially be what actually gets him the damage he needs. Oh, and we see that attack speed upgrade coming in, doing a lot of damage already. 4 drones go down, and at the third base, 2 of those drones were actually, I think, 2 drones at the third. There's actually a lot of damage getting done right now. And this is already to a point where Solar is all in behind this. And he's leaning into it. He is not going to be building another drone. He's going to be going pure all in behind this. And so every additional drone that goes down is a disaster for Solar. He's down to 31 workers. And even these adepts at the third are going to trade efficiently against these Zerglings. And one of them even gets out only to be murdered, but still did get out. Now back at home, there is 1 robo already done, a second one on the way. First Immortal is about to pop out, but there are very, very few units on the map. Now sentries could be very useful for if Solar pushes up this ramp, but the sentries aren't in position, and these shield batteries are going to get jumped on. I think this is actually going to be game over in Solar's favor.
Yeah,
oh man,
a lot of roaches. Ravager's gonna break those force fields. Oh no, actually gonna go and cross about the shield battery, and there's just not enough immortals here.
No, 2 more are on the way. Another one will pop out, but this is just too much Zerg. Now behind this, Dark Templar are well on the way, and there is no layer going to be coming down at all for Solar. So there is the potential that if SOS can somehow hold the natural, he may be able to win this game still. Ironically, if he had made the decision he made in game 1, where he turtled the natural, abandoned the third, he may have actually won this game on the back of that. But instead, he has 2 robos at that third. He tries to hold it, and I think this is going to be... this is just not going to work well for him. Now, DT is amongst the army, but there's no way to stop this flood from coming in. And Solar's going to kill so much of SOS while he's up 60 army supply. Doesn't matter if there's DTs killing your army if you kill every single worker of your opponent. Oh, these probes actually find a nice little position, and they kill a few of the lings, but still, in the main base, so much more damage being done. Yeah, no, there's just no way. 20 workers have now gone down, and more workers will go down. Corrosive Bile's a little bit self-defeating there from Solar, but once again, it doesn't even matter. The probe count is 4, 3, 2, get 5. It's at 5 now. Well, we see SOS holding, but there's spore crawlers at every base. Oh wow, actually 14 drones went down during all of that. Oh.
Yeah, but the important thing is that Solar did get these spore crawlers up, so he will be at least safe, and he's just massively ahead in terms of the work count, 30 to 10.
Yeah, it's a numbers game. Now DTs are chasing down more of this army, and the supplies are actually more even than you'd expect. But it's like, it's still orders of magnitude. It's not, 50 workers versus 70 workers. 13 workers versus 33 workers is a massive, massive difference. Now, SOS is going to try and run by this Spore Crawler, and he is going to be able to do so, but it's a little bit unfortunate for him because there will be an Overseer coming in. And losing these DTs is going to spell the end of him. He will recall one, and he's going to potentially kill this third hatchery. There's no transfuses. There's enough. And as a result, GG is called.
Nicely played. Ooh, that was kind of a little intense there for a second. But
Oh, that was very intense.
yeah, looks like Solar will move on to the next round, into the round of 8, into group stage 2 at first in his group here at group stage 1.
Yeah. Impressive stuff. Really, really showing a lot of decisiveness in these series. That first game, really nice decisive play with that layer tech roach attack. Same thing with this game. Very, very decisive attacks. Doing a lot of work.
Yeah, and that's usually kind of the outcome of the Glaive Adepts type of build. You would do you would just do the push and then try to get as much drone damage, and you follow up with a double robo in order to prepare for that big roach counterattack. Except the thing is, he couldn't buy himself enough time to get those robo pumping those immortals, and by the time the immortals were pumping, the whole swarm was on top of his third and his whole army, so just couldn't buy enough time.
Yeah. No, it was gonna be rough. But well done. Well done by Solar there.
Yeah. I think if he had the force field on the ramp, maybe it would have at least buy some time for the shield batteries to finish and the mortars to pop out. But he would.
Yeah.
But there was some corrosive bows on the way too, so he could have broken the force fields.
Yeah. I think it was up to SOS to make the more mature decision though and sacrifice the third. The problem is, as soon as and that's a normal thing to do. It's normal to build those robos for base, but he either needed to buy more time for those robos to finish, and he could have if he'd kept the adepts alive and just threatened a little bit longer. Even if he has 2 or 3 immortals out and those shield batteries are finished and 2 more sentries, I think he holds no problem. But he wasn't quite able to get that up.
I would have loved to see SOS kind of after, because the initial glaive attack was actually doing a lot of damage. He's getting a massive amount of drones, and then it kind of slowly died, and he kind of shaded those adepts into a bunch of Ling and roaches. I think if he could have just after the first initial big wave of adepts, just recall after doing enough damage. Because by that time, you would have gotten enough drones to made that attack worth. And then you could have just used the adepts to defend the third while the roaches and lings try to counterattack you. Right?
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, even though you're on that low drone count, you still don't want to lose every drone. So you are forced to commit, and you have to commit hard. You're going to be down to probably 10 drones. Or you don't commit, and he gets that extra time he needs. But because, like you said, he had a couple bad shades at the very end, it ends up costing him the, I guess, time economy that he needed.
Yeah, he's basically, because I've seen a lot of protests do this, where they just they do that depth timing, and then they feel like they need to keep shading and keep shading back and forth. But I think as long as you get enough drones during that timing, and then just recall and save those your army, because he just basically threw all his army away just for drones. You need to get enough drones, but also save your army enough to at least defend the third, and then after that you can just pretty much win the game, because you already did enough economic damage to the Zerg.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it was sorry, go on.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but it just little tiny things are all it takes at the highest level.
Yeah. Definitely. And but you know what? It's not over yet for SOS. he will at least go down to the ace match, and he will face the winner of this upcoming match, which will be Vindicta versus Cure. So that is going to be a really nice series.
Oh, I agree. I'm looking forward to that in a big way. Cure is going to be definitely strongly favored in this match. But you never know. When Vindicta, he took a game off Solar. He's a strong player. There's possibilities here. It's not a fully predetermined situation, you know?
Mm-hmm. And let's see here. Okay, it looks like they're doing the map vetoes.
Yes. And I am pretty sure we're going to be... I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing
some proxy.
Here really hungry. Oh, well, no, we'll definitely see proxy. I can't imagine TBT and there's a Korean here. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a very, very hungry Cure to get that rematch versus SOS. He can't have been happy with how that first series that they played finished. So I'm thinking he's going to be really looking to rip the throat out of Vindicta in order to get back at SOS there.
Mm-hmm. All right, looks like we're getting the lobby set up. But before we actually get this into this game here, I would love to talk about and give a shout out to one of our sponsors, 24 Hour Fitness. You know what? It is kind of wintertime and it's getting cold, so going out to jog in the cold, not the greatest, but you can fix that by going to 24 hour fitness, where they have a bunch of treadmills that you can use to get your jogging in, as well as much more. A lot of exercise machine, as well as exercise classes such as yoga or core training, strength training. Whatever you need, they have a lot of tools that you can use, as well as a lot of personal trainers that they provide you in case you need help to come up with a plan, an exercise plan that fits your need and your desire. So yeah, check them out at 24hourfitness.com.
Yes, do just that. That was perfectly timed. Finishes up just in time to get into this game on Triton LE, spawning up in the top left position, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. It is the Blue Terran player, Cure. Looking to get that rematch versus SOS.
Oh, I love that little star, little like decal or something next to his CC. It's like really happy.
Oh yeah, that's a Carbot, the Carbot star, I think.
Yeah. All right, and here at the bottom right, we have the red Terran player from the team of Alpha X. It is Vindicta.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to what he's going to be doing going into the series, because he has to know that he is the heavy underdog here, and Cure is just a monster. But at the same time, Vindicta's a confident guy. I've met him. He's a good kid. He's very cool kid. Very fun guy, and he's confident though. He knows that he's good.
Yeah, he's one of the a pretty young player. So I think he got a lot more years to even improve. But yeah, he's a great kid, really talented, and I love how during like events, like LAN events, he would help out fellow Alpha X players, even between games, if they need some kind of advice. And I just love that he's just being a great teammate and just a awesome player as well.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome actually. I didn't know that about him. That's really, really cool. There are many players who would just couldn't be bothered to do that. And to be honest, like, you can't really blame them too much. It's you know, they're there to play. But like, good for him for working it. Good for him for putting his teammates not first, but well, no, putting them first. That's awesome. That's really cool.
Definitely, and you see that during the like sometimes in the GSL Code S, like one of their teammates, you know, because like back in the day where there was actually a lot of pro teams in Korea, they would like, you know, help them out between games. You see it still with generic Green Wings. You know, those players would like help them out between games if they like lost, and yeah, it's definitely can be helpful as you get like a different perspective and the outside, like a kind of like a third eye.
Yeah, no, that having that is actually so incredibly useful. As we say that, we see Vindicta. He's moving in with a couple Reapers here. Snipes off an SCV. Doesn't prevent the command center from finishing up, but a nice little bit of damage right there. And ooh, the Hellions do manage to get a big shot on those Reapers. But will Vindicta actually takes an advantageous position at the top of the ramp and manages to kill his opponent's Reaper. However, he will lose out on that fight. Loses both Reapers and his Hellion for a Reaper and a Hellion of his opponent. And it's going to get a little bit awkward because we have Cure actually pumping out Hellions right here. And Vindicta does not have any Cyclones, which is kind of, I think, what you want against this. There's a tank, obviously, but well, tank's good. Tank will be good.
Yeah, especially flying tanks in with those medevacs. And you remember those days where,
Tankovacs.
Yeah.
What a brilliant time to be alive. Horrendously imbalanced, but so cool.
Yeah, I mean the logic was just wrong though, because like just imagine a real life tank. Like you know, a medevac wouldn't be, you know, heavy enough to carry that in the air.
Oh, absolutely not. Especially with it dangling out the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, think about all the wind resistance there would be with that. It's the same thing as like an Overlord carrying an Ultralisk. Like, guys, we did the math, and the Ultralisk is not fitting in there.
Oh yeah, can't fit there. I mean, the one thing I did like was that it kind of made it look like a little turtle with the tank kind of, the legs kind of stretched out.
Oh, it looked awesome. It looked super cool.
Mm-hmm.
This positioning from Cure is really interesting, and it might actually find this little push coming out from Vindicta. Vindicta with he's got a couple Vikings. He's got a second tank coming across, and he's going to try and set up a position sieging the production of Cure. But Cure, he is wise to this kind of thing. He actually scans, and he might have seen the third tank moving here. Vikings, though. Ooh, auto turret comes down. Gonna get a lot of damage done, I think. Oh, wow. Nice target fire on the his opponent's tank from Vindicta here. But it looks like Cure will clean this up, and he's gonna... Oh, wow. Amazing micro from Vindicta. Ultimately, entirely fruitless, but amazing micro nonetheless.
Yeah, now Vindicta's in the back foot as he gotta be careful. This is a pretty... well, I guess, no, it doesn't have a little tank in there, but I think that he should be able to...
He's in a really rough position right now. And the main reason for that is he did not go for a Raven of his own. His opponent got away with 2 Ravens, and he's actually, he's going to have one of his takes disabled. And second one, auto turret will come down, and it's actually going to really chip away at it. Vindicta does save both tanks, but he's going to lose a lot of SEVs here, a lot of mining time. And behind this, Cure is getting massively ahead. He's got double engineering bay finished up. He has got his third command center done, while Vindicta just now started it. Now, yeah, no. The only good thing you can say is that Vindicta pushed that away. Cure is so far ahead right now. Oh no, a couple Vikings going to the main, but the reaction time from Cure, fantastic. Now, we will see 3 SEVs, maybe, no, 4 SEVs go down for Cure, but I think Vindicta's actually, I think Cure is going to be happy with that. Trading 4 SCVs for 2 Vikings. pretty decent trade, even though you're losing.
I'd definitely take that trade.
Especially considering how useful Vikings are in TVT.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's got those Ravens, so the ability to make sure that those can stay alive via the air war is invaluable.
Yeah, and as the time goes on, those Ravens are gonna gather up more and more energy for more and more special, I guess, spells that they can cast on those tanks. The interference matrix.
Yes, exactly. And to speak to how far ahead Cure is from over Vindicta, as Vindicta was finishing up his 2nd and 3rd racks, Cure is now finishing up his 4th and 5th racks. He's got his 1-1 halfway done as Vindicta starts up his own. Every meaningful aspect in this game, Cure is massively ahead. Very significantly ahead. The only thing that was faster was the stim and combat shield timing for Vindicta. But he's not going to be able to make use of that. I can't imagine a world where, because combat shield was done a minute and a half faster for Vindicta, Cure wins the game. Or sorry, Vindicta wins the game, you know?
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Vindicta was actually looking to take the dirt, but either he misclicked or he's scared the attack is coming, so he retreated. But it looks like it was just a misclick as he is.
Yeah, I think that's probably.
No, never mind.
Oh, well, now he knows what's up. Now he's retreating on, for sure, at least. And behind this Cure, as he's pushing this, he's taking a 4th base on location. He's got amazing vision around the map, and he's gonna be sieging his opponent's natural with 1-1. And oh man, there come the interference matrices. The Vikings land, and this is so many SCVs dead. 30 SCVs. And he might even still break through here. Well, no, there's a lot of Marines in the back, actually. And Vindicta will be able to drop on top of the tanks of Cure. So this does get cleaned up. And this is the closest the army supply has been for about 3 minutes now. However, economy.
Yeah, that's about 50 workers down. That's
a lot of workers to be down.
Yeah, and there's a mirror matchup, so that's even worse.
I was gonna say, this isn't Heart of the Swarm ZVT where you have 3 orbitals on layer tech. This is TVT, and your opponent's ahead on every other aspect of the game. Like Cure is even ahead in army supply.
Yeah, both players have the same macro mechanics.
And he's about to get dunked on with this stim. Medevac goes down, 1 Viking goes down, and even this tanks from the other side are siege. Oh my god, this is a disaster for Vindicta. He got flanked by tanks and stimmed Marines. And Cure bopped him.
Yeah, that was a pretty tough one for Vindicta.
That was a boppening. The build he did was cool, but Cure was just so prepared for it, and he was doing a greedy build of his own behind it, and just put him so far ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Vindicta actually, because he's kind of a massive underdog here, that he would just kind of pull out a cheese next game and just like try to, win off maybe a proxy or something. Because I don't think a long game would come and do him good.
No, not necessarily.
You would need you would need Cure to like make a massive mistake early on.
Yeah, you really would. And I don't really see a world where that happens. You've got, I don't know. This is just such strong play from Cure. The only small mistake I saw from him in that game was he was supply blocked at 101 for about like maybe 8 seconds. It was a really short mistake. It was not worth mentioning even. But that's just the reason it's worth mentioning is to show how small it was.
All right, looks like we're gonna head into SimCity here for our next game. We'll see if Vindicta can turn this around. I mean, after that first game, it does not look too good.
No, it certainly does not. And we have spawning down in the bottom right position, representing Alpha X. It is the Blue Terran player trying to even the series at one apiece. Give it up for Vindicta.
And spawning at the top left corner of the map is the red Terran player with an impressive game number 1. Can he close it out and go to the ace match? It is Cure.
And he is going for a double proxy Rax. I am super sure that it's going to be for Reapers. I can't imagine anything else. And he started his Rax before Vindicta has. And yeah, I'm thinking Cure's feeling good. He's feeling himself, and he wants to get back against SOS as quickly as possible. Doing me a favor potentially too, because work in the morning and it's already 1 o'clock my time, very nearly. So thank you, Cure, for that. I appreciate that. But yeah, Vindicta, if he goes for like a fast command center here, he's probably just dead. Even if he goes like 2 gas defensive, this is going to be a rough time. And he's not going to scout it. He's very close to, just coincidentally, but doesn't scout it.
Yeah.
And it is going to be that 1 Rax expand. Yep. And this is rough.
Yeah, and I think I just love that Kier decided to do this game, because the map itself lends to this. Because look at that little clef area is really huge. You can't really wall it off with just a supply depot or just a single barracks. So it makes Reaper.
He's trying with that factory, and he might actually put, if he can get a couple SCVs there and start up some buildings. He's gonna try. Yeah, there's a bunker and a supply depot. And so we will be able to actually get that wall up. Of course, he canceled the command center in order to do that. But this is good decision making from Vindicta. Oh wow! Oh my God! He had great target fire, and then he changed targets. But actually, this works out well for Vindicta. It makes Cure commit more, and he loses both Reapers. Bunker does not finish though. And factory will be delayed. Is Vindicta actually going to hold here?
Yeah, I think with a nice response, walling off, this is going to prevent the Reapers from kind of walking into the bottom side. That has to force him to go to the right side or the top side, near the ramp. But there's a bunker there already. It's already finished.
Yes, it is. Now we do see command center starts up for Vindicta. Behind this, Cure had been building SCVs pretty soon after this, so he didn't commit as heavily as he might have. Oh, nice SCV movement from Vindicta. Gonna be grabbing both these Reapers. Does lose 1 SCV for it. Really nice target fire there from the Terran player Cure, but just great micro on both sides there. Now behind this, Cure already has his factory with a tech lab finishing up. Vindicta moves his factory back in order to start that tech lab, so a little bit of an advantage just in the timing there, but it's Vindicta with the faster expansion.
All right, if there was ever a game for Vindicta to win against Cure,
this is it, yeah. And he catches those 2 Reapers as well, and doesn't even lose the Hellion for it. Look at this Reaper. Give this guy a medal. He's got 4 kills, and they're all Reapers.
Oh, wow. Let's zoom in on this sexy boy.
Look at this meme from Cure. Oh, that was fantastic. He even rallied onto the SC. That was just fun. That was good, clean family fun. It looks like Vindicta is going to go for a similar build to what he tried last game, but this time I think it's going to be a lot more effective because his opponent will not have as many units defensively. Now, Cure should have an idea of what's coming here. He's actually going Cloaked Banshee. Interesting. I kind of like the decision. It's a little bit wonky. Oh, man. Vindicta's going to scout it. Fantastic work with this Reaper. Watching a Reaper get locked on is probably the saddest thing, I think, in StarCraft. It gets obliterated so fast, and there's nothing it can do. So we see this drop coming in. He may actually drop right on top of... I know he's just going to drop outside of the range, but I was going to say he might have actually dropped right on top of his opponent's tank. But no, he not going to YOLO in that hard. Forces the salvage and then flies home. That's funny. That's very funny actually to me.
It's like, nope, can't do it here. I'm just gonna go back home.
Yeah, that's a great meme.
It's like, you know, it's like you open the door and you realize it's the women's bathroom. You're like, oh no, I'm out.
Yep, seriously, you're like, yep. I didn't step inside. This is not a felony. No, yep, you can't. No, I didn't do anything. So we actually saw the Banshee there at the natural just before Cloak was finished. It got locked onto by that Cyclone, and it ended up going down. Second Banshee will come across the map here, but he's going to have to find some damage. I say that, but it's actually not really true because he's somehow ahead 11 workers. And I think that's actually just Cure having perfect macro.
Yeah, I think Vindicta's slipping a little bit on the macro side, but he does have a nice. He did get a nice little Banshee kill there, so.
Yeah, weird decision I would say from Cure to fight the Banshee there. The one thing Vindicta has going for him is his third command center was just a little bit faster, and he does have a very, very scary army that is going to be able to potentially get some damage done here on the counterattack. But at this point, because he's, I guess it was cutting workers. Yeah, even now he's cutting workers a little bit to get production up. He's behind now 12 workers, so he needs to kill a fair number or really gut his opponent's army in order to catch up here. That being said, he does have a small army supply lead, and this is 3 tanks. This is potentially a lot of damage coming in. Cyclone is going to lock onto the medevac, but it down immediately. And this is that potential damage coming down. Stim is very nearly done, and Cure is going to lose his own Stim. That is really unfortunate. Stim just now finished. And, ooh, Viking ends up getting locked on. And this is the damage Vindicta was absolutely looking for. Supply depot is going down. Command center getting very low on HP. No, there is a... No, this is just great for Vindicta. He catches up in the worker count. He's going to be able to land his third command center. And Cure, he's going to be a little bit scared for a while, potentially.
Oh, and you know what? I think he just Cure mistakenly rebuilt the reactor instead of the tech lab. You might have not noticed the stim was actually canceled.
Oh, you were right about that. He had no idea. Now, the one thing where Cure has a significant advantage is this upgrade timing. Once again, it's very far ahead for Cure.
Yeah, he did open with a double engineering base, so it will be +1/+1 will finish very soon. But again, no stim for Cure, so he can't even really decide to attack anytime soon either.
No, and his armory, I think as a result of that attack, he maybe got lost track of it, and it's going to be quite a bit late for these 1/1 upgrades, and therefore that's going to give Vindicta the opportunity to come back, as long as his armory and 2/2 timing is much crisper. That being said, pardon me. I would love to see Vindicta try and take advantage of the fact that he's going to have stim and combat shields against an opponent that will have neither of those things. Now, actually, wow, look at this. Cure, in order to make up for the fact that he is down, or his stim got canceled, he actually did, in fact, go double tech lab in order to get both those upgrades and close that timing window down a little bit. To be honest, I like the decision, even though it's a little bit suboptimal in terms of Marine production. Having 7 more Marines is not going to, or I don't know, 6, 7, 8 more Marines is not going to be as valuable as having the 40 Marines you have combat shields.
And stim as well.
Well, in this case, I'm assuming stim would have gotten the time to finish.
Yeah.
If he'd only rebuilt a single thing. Oh, now this is interesting. Look at where he drops these tanks in a really potentially great position. Oh, but the Interference Matrix grabs one of them, and the second one gets gunned down. However, Interference Matrix takes care of 2 of Cure's tanks, and the lack of stim is really showing itself. But it just finishes up in time for the end of that fight, and Vindicta gets wiped out. Cure retains nearly all of his tanks. He's up by 4 tanks now. And he holds on to his upgrade lead timing. He's got his +1 vehicle weapons on the way. And he's even going up to... Is that a... No, that's a second factory. I was going to say, if that's a third factory, that's crazy. But a second factory, so it's going to be catching up into potential production as well. Cure, man. He's freaking good at StarCraft.
Oh, yeah. He's so good, man. There's a reason why he is one of the favorites to get out of this group.
Yeah, well... He's showing that he can play from behind and that he's going to make good decisions. He's going to micro well, and he's going to have very good unit positioning. And even these supply depots on the side of the map, so few players do these, but they're so freaking good. Sensor Tower's going to go down for free. That is really unfortunate for Vindicta there. That would have been so helpful if it had just been a little bit further back and been safe. Ooh, SEV being told to go die. And it does. We see Vindicta setting up for a drop, potentially unloading to try and go at the third base here. Oh, wow. Even a double drop coming down. Oh, Cure scans it, though. And this is going to be a pretty nice... Oh, no, it's not. Vindicta a little bit scared right there. Does not go in with that double medevac. And Cure may just be able to angle these off. Oh, man. Okay, second group of medevacs will come home, so we'll be able to save those. But he is going to lose these other 2 medevacs to these Vikings. Cure is actually going to let them get away. Wow.
Well,
Cure is a merciful god.
Yeah, I think it's just Christmas time, so, he's feeling a little bit generous.
Yeah. That being said, he has his 4th base fully saturated. PF's almost done, and he's got double gases on it. As he's pushing, once again, an opponent whose 4th base is much, much later. Oh, those tank volleys from Vindicta. Oh my god, he's pushing in. No! Don't do it, Cure. Oh my god, he takes massive losses. No, don't pull the SCVs into the tanks. Oh no, what are you doing? Both of you, what are you doing? Oh my god. Vindicta and Cure just teamed up to kill every Terran Marine possible. In the most ambitious crossover. Oh my god. Meanwhile, Drops coming back across the map, actually getting a fair bit of damage done against Vindicta, or sorry, against Cure, and really serving to help out there. Oh my god, those medevacs are the juiciest things I've ever seen.
Oh, he gets one of the upgrades as well.
Oh, that's huge. That is a huge pickoff. It's armor, so it's not as valuable. But that is still really nice. However, Cure is still ahead in army supply. He's still ahead in worker count. He's ahead in that upgrade timing still. Vindicta has not started at his own 3-3. He's been a little bit broke. Man, if he had not thrown away those SCVs, he would be in a really great position right now.
Yeah, I think that was...
God damn, that was painful.
That whole fight was pretty painful, to be honest.
It was... Oh, no. Oh, geez. Vindicta walks into the army and just taps out. Oh, that was painful, actually. He had some moments. He had some opportunities, but Cure, man, he's just too freaking good.
Yeah.
Too freaking good.
And to be fair, Vindicta was, I mean, he was pretty much up against a mountain, so.
Oh, yeah.
But just like his first series, Vindicta did make it a pretty good series to at least, maybe see if he can actually, pull out the win, but wasn't meant to be. And unfortunately for Vindicta, that ends his tournament hopes.
It does. It does. He did his best, though, and he put some really good games. Did make Solar sweat. He sent him to the ace match. To game 3. And he had a push that was looking like potentially it could have been Could have been pretty good.
Yeah, I
But,
think it's just mainly he just slipped on his macro.
Well, there was that big fight at the in the center of the map.
Oh,
Where,
right, that too.
Yeah. That was crazy. So we are going to be getting into the last match of this group. It's going to be SOS versus Cure, the rematch of earlier. And will we see that rematch curse that is just so common, where the player who got knocked down earlier comes back with a bloody vengeance and takes their revenge? I think we just might see that.
Yeah, and it looks like Kira was actually having some trouble with some ping issues with his series against Vindicta, but because SOS is in Korea, that shouldn't be too much of an issue for this next upcoming series.
No, the beauty of it is they don't have to play on the Taiwans. To be honest, I think that Kira would have had the ping advantage if series, like a notable ping advantage.
Yeah.
Because Taiwan is much closer to Korea than the West Coast is to Taiwan. But that being said, if they had played on the West Coast, because I do believe Vindicta is from the West Coast, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, so if they played on the West Coast, it would have been a massive ping advantage for Vindicta, and that wouldn't have been really fair. So it's either a small advantage to Cure or a massive advantage to Vindicta, and yeah, it's an unideal situation, but it's the best possible solution to it. So we're just going to be getting up this last game set up.
Yep, and actually, let's go ahead and take the time to do once again. Shout out to one of our sponsors. We wouldn't have events such as these without the support of sponsors such as Salad Chef. If you're wondering what Salad Chef is, it is pretty much an app that you can download and you can earn money while being idle. If you're one of those people that like to just kind of leave your computer on idle while you're sleeping or while you're, taking a bathroom break or a snack break or whatever, and you have a good GPU, a good video card, then I think Salad Chef is something that you can take advantage of. You can earn some money just by being idle, and you can trade it in for rewards such as Amazon credits or Amazon gift cards, Visa prepaid cards, Hulu, Netflix cards as well, Steam credits, as well as some peripherals such as keyboards and mices. If you mine long enough, you can get all of that. So all you have to do is just leave your computer on with your GPU running, with the app running, and start chopping those salads, and that's all you need to do. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and check them out. Salad.io is the website, and you can even check them out at Twitter and give them a shout out if you like their app.
Yes. Yeah, you want to earn some money on the side? Try it out. I do not leave my computer running all that much, but if you do, why not earn some extra Skrilla, some extra cash?
Yeah. Because you know some people pay a lot of money to get a good GPU, a good video card, good graphics card, and why not make use of it, right? While it's on idle. So yeah,
absolutely.
All right, looks like they're getting underway with the map vetoes. let's once again head on to the Wikipedia page and check out next group. Group B will be tomorrow or I guess technically today if you're in the East Coast. But either way, it will be on 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be Sue, TY, Scarlet, and Puck in the group. And also, by the way, you can actually head on over to the Matcherino page here. We actually have a Matcherino link. It should be in the Africa TV chat box area. There should be a little kind of a board where it shows you the Matcherino link as well as the coupon code where you can donate $1 for free to the overall prize pool. And it looks like, actually we have I'm looking at the Matcherino page right here, and we seems like we're up to $409. So appreciate all your contributions. And you know what? You can actually contribute to the prize pool as well by getting the entire Xmas Showdown replay pack. So all the replays, all the games that you see in this entire tournament can be yours for just $10. And if you also like our hoodies and tees and hats, you can also get that too. So yeah, and I'm sure that I'm sure the players will definitely appreciate all that, as well as the tournament organizers, Alpha X.
Yeah, I think for sure. It's really important to be appreciative of people who can make these events possible. Looks like first map is going to be Triton in this rematch.
All right, sweet.
Triton, the map where we had SOS pull off a super crazy Blink Stalker build. It was pretty good. It was first he built Fast Adept, then 2 Stalkers, rallied them across the map. And then he warped in 2 more Stalkers and kind of won the game with four regular Stalkers.
Yeah, it's certainly not the, I guess, most common of builds, but I think SOS, kind of pulls out aggressive builds like that in order to trip their opponents. Because I think his main thing is just to like trip his opponent off of whether it's a weird build or whether it's a crazy cheese, something like that. And then also when he does play standard, you're like, what, what? That trips up your opponent as well after you do a bunch of cheeses and proxies and stuff.
All right, and we have spawning down in the bottom right position of Triton. It is the red Protoss player representing Jin Air Green Wings. Give it up for SOS. Can he send Cure back to the Shadow Realm?
And spawning at the top left corner of the map, we have the blue Terran player from Dragon Phoenix Gaming. It is Cure.
Exciting stuff. Going for that Rax gas as opposed to any kind of gas first build. SOS, what are we going to see from him this game? I'm looking for him to bust something out funky. Do you think he's got something special in store?
Well, if you're looking for funky, he is certainly the guy to bring out some funk. Because SOS one of those players that you kind of don't know what kind of build he may bring out game to game. I mean, he's one of those guys that have just like massive amount of build orders under his sleeves, ready to pull out that rabbit out of the hat, and you just gotta wait for it, see what's coming. We should see the first hint after the cybernetic core is done, because that will allow him to open up the pathway for either Twilight Cancel, for the Blink, or maybe some Robo, maybe some Stargate. Although I don't know. I don't see SOS going for Stargate. Probably going for some Robo or Twilight. I feel like.
Yeah, no, he's definitely favored the Twilight builds in the macro games he has played. He's gone for that like 2-gate Twilight builds. It's been really strong for him, and he's going for the Twilight Council again here. So I expect it'll just be a fast blink. He's really been favoring that, and it's been really strong for him.
Yeah, we do.
Now,
sorry,
go on.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say we do see a second gas and a factory coming down for Cure, as well as the reactor. So it's not gonna be some crazy one gas triple command center coming out of Cure.
Okay, so it looks like a 1-1-1 build here.
Yes.
All right. I'm thinking like because it's wait, did I miss something?
No, just look at what just started up on the production tab. We got Resonating Glaives.
Oh, what is this?
Versus Terran.
Interesting. I mean, we've seen it against Zerg more commonly, even in PvP as well. But against Terran, you don't usually see this. You usually see the charge or the blink, but not glaive upgrade.
No, you never see glaive upgrade in PvT. And look at this. He's building 3 gateways at this kind of semi-hidden proxy pylon in his own natural. This is going to be really difficult to scout for Cure. I would say actually impossible to scout for Cure. I don't see any way that he gets in.
Is Reaper's dead, right?
Yeah. Yep, Reaper's dead.
Right.
It just died trying to get into the main.
Ah, okay.
It ran past 2 Adepts. And now there's a lot of Marines on the map. And the Widow Mine could help a lot. And Cure is building a bunker. Oh, man.
The problem is that bunker doesn't really help against this, because the Adepts could just bypass it. And
well, if you can get the wall up in time and you don't let them into the main, it will help kind of limit the amount of damage the Adepts can do. However, his Marines at this point, they're actually potentially going to prevent this from, wow, even a proxy gateway coming down. This is such a massive commitment. And a 6th gateway, 7 gateways. Holy shit. 7 gateway, 38 workers. This is the meme right here. Oh no, and a 3rd command center. And he sees the Adept Shades. He will lift that up. But with the attack speed, he's going to be able to gun down that supply depot in no time flat. Oh my god, the builds from SOS. Now, there are a lot of SCVs and Marines on top of these Adepts. However, there's going to be so many reinforcing Adepts coming in. And as the gate... Ooh, Cyclone's going to help out a lot, actually, against this. But the gate is open. Oh my god, the play! The auto turret was perfect! Oh my god, that was a game-saving auto turret.
Oh, that was so brilliant there.
That was one of the most clutch plays I have seen from a Terran player in so long. That was incredible.
Oh, but there, he's got to be careful. There's still a lot of depths, and all the SCVs goes down. Oh boy.
This is looking like it may be or not for Cure. And yeah, Adept Shade finishes up, and he's going to be able to target... Well, he's not targeting down. He does get that supply depot finally, and Cure is very, very low on supply. GG is called, but my god, what a play from him.
Oh, man. That was such... That gave me nerd chills.
That Widow Mine drop, it did a little bit on the other side of the map, but those Widow Mines would have been so much more helpful at home.
Oh yeah, the Widow Mines against Adepts, they're a lot, I guess, more worth it in that situation. But I mean, how could we have known? His Reaper died, and he was kind of in the dark, and you don't see that every day in the PvT. Adept glaives a timing push, that just almost never happens.
No, it almost, yeah, no, it like really never does. Not in TVP. This was like a really smart kind of meta build, because against the build that Cure went for, which is that Widowmine drop, it hits at such an unpleasant timing for the Terran player when you part of your early game defense, those Widow Mines, is actually across the map, not doing much.
Yeah, and I believe that timing is before Stim. I believe that's correct, right?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. He doesn't even have a. He wouldn't have even had a tech lab yet. Yeah. This is hitting so fast. Um. The That being said, if on the other side of the map, the the probes hadn't been split so expertly, if he had lost, like, let's say 12 probes, I think probably Cure holds that, because the follow-up punch is it's like, instead of 7 adepts or 6 adepts being warped in, it's like 4 or 5 for every cycle. Like, it slowly loses steam. But you got to hand it to this player in the top right position, representing Jin Air Green Wings. It is the blue Protoss player, SOS. Really really nice splitting on those probes and pulling out a build that was truly just monstrous.
Yeah, we'll see if he can pull out another different build, or maybe even the same build. But before that, here at the bottom left corner of the map, we had the red Terran player. He is looking up to tie up the series and keep his Torment's hopes alive and head to the next round possibly. It is Cure.
Oh, look at this. What are we seeing from SOS? He is building a proxy pylon, and I think he's going to build a second gateway basically in his opponent's natural.
Oh my god.
This is nuts. Yeah, there it is. This is a build Parting used to do all the time, and this is a potentially very decisive build here. And the fact that Cure has not been SCV scouting in any of his games is going to make this really powerful for the Protoss player. Oh man. And SCV scout will come down, but he's not going to see in time that this gateway is here. And Cure's going to get this natural expansion up, and that's the worst case scenario for him. Oh, I like this. Oh, this is nice. So he tags each SCV once. That means an adept will now 2-shot them as opposed to 3-shot them.
Oh, nice.
Little attention to detail there. I don't think Cure necessarily caught on to that fact. Oh, but it's actually going to be... No, okay. Wait, yeah. So it's Zealot, and then Adept comes across the map, and then Stalker is chronoed at the natural. And this bunker is the saddest bunker you'll ever see. And there is the possibility that we see an extremely fast tap out from Cure right here. And yeah, he's going to lose one of these Marines very early on. Stalker just losing shields. Now the bunker is getting very close to finishing, but SOS is going to he's going to target it down. Cancel on the bunker. No.
What? Oh my god.
That was a massive misclick. There's no way he did that on purpose. Oh my god. And that lost in the game. GG is called. And SOS takes it down.
Wow.
Oh no. The throw.
Oh man.
I don't know that he holds there, but he definitely has a chance.
Yeah, better chance.
Oh my god.
That is a tough way to lose out on the tournament.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh no.
But hey, gotta give it up to SOS, man. He pulled out that build and it worked.
Yeah. He had Cure's number in terms of funky stuff in that series. Man, that was rough.
Yeah. And yeah, SOS will be moving on to the round of 8. Impressively enough.
Really great play from him. Oh man. I'm rewatching this on the stream, and so he tried to click the SCV to save it, to cancel the SCV building, but he clicked the bunker.
Oh man.
Damn, that was so rough.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Sometimes that happens every now and then.
Yeah. Yep. sometimes you just have those little mistakes, those little. Oh man, what can you do?
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna finish it up for us for day one.
Yeah, looks like once again, congrats to Solar and SOS for advancing to the round of 8. We do have again Group B tomorrow, or I guess technically today if you're in the East Coast, in the Eastern time zone. It is going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time once again. Hope to see you guys there. And any last words before we wrap this up, Steadfast?
Nothing in particular. Am I allowed to shout myself out? I am.
Yeah,
right?
sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. If you've enjoyed the casting, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/steadfastsc. Cast there whenever I can. Follow me on Twitter at steadfastsc2, all one word. Thank you very much for having me on, obviously. Thank you to Alpha X. Thank you to Afrika for hosting this. Thank you to the sponsors as well. We got 24-hour fitness and salad.
Yep.
And thank you to Drickit for always organizing this stuff. Thanks for casting alongside me. And yeah, I think that's it for me.
All right. Yeah, guys, remember, give Steadfast a follow. And I think it was a blast co-casting with you. And hope you guys enjoyed the games. And hope to see you guys tomorrow. And until then, this is your friendly neighborhood puppy dog, as well as Steadfast, signing out.